Is there anything particularly worrying about it? I see you smoking.
Share it,
We don't need no odds control.
Okay,
So we've had no contact.
Teach, live and teach now. I'm just another break in. I'm just another break in. I'm just another break in. We don't need no education. We don't need no thoughts control. Hey, teacher, live again. Oh, and I am just another break in the wall. Oh, and I am just another break in. Oh, and I am just another break in the wall. Oh, and I am just another break in. We don't need our education.
All right.
Don't cry. I'm trying not to cry anyway.
Hey,
I'm trying not to cry as well. You're not dead. Well, yeah.
I got your radio.
Yeah, I know.
Hey.
7-3 forward 3 from Nottingham.
165, 5 from Northampton.
Hardly coming in. 3 from Nott. 9 from Nott. Brackenbury.
Right, are you wearing any jewellery of any kind? No. No. Right, I'm going to open this bag, see what you got in here. All right, I don't know what's what. Two white metal rings, black stones, a white metal bracelet, a pair of sunglasses, and a white metal buckle ring, plus a white metal St Christopher. You agree?
Yes, sir.
How many, sir? 1 from Newport Pagnell. 1 from Newport Pagnell.
What colour bus did you come on? What colour bus did you come on? Did you come on a coach?
Yeah.
I came on the meat wagon.
Come on, 2 coaches. First of all, we went.
Your legs went on your lip.
Hi, Mum.
Smith!
Please sit down. Okay. What's your first name?
Lisa.
Lee.
Yes, sir.
L-E-E-E.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you had any serious illnesses? And what I mean by that is hepatitis, fits. Are you diabetic?
No, sir.
Asthma? Well, I'm looking to identify an inmate who could be a risk, either suicidal, health, and the way in which I do that, when he arrives here, I tend to watch the movement of the inmate, his speech, is it slurred, is he acting over anxious, is he depressed? I notice you've got a scar on your face, what's that like?
That's when I was playing football when I was 3, so I smashed the window and a piece of glass cut me.
Yeah. So no after effect with that at all?
No, sir.
Just sign that for me then, will you? So I've issued it, yeah? Just there.
I got a reputation for being hard, but I wouldn't consider myself as Rambo, I know, like that.
Blue lace-up shoes, white socks, brown belt, black fleck.
There's a nice side to me. It just takes some getting to know me, that's all it is.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
It is, right.
When I got out in January 88, I thought I'd be alright. Went to live with my girlfriend who I was with 3.5 years. She had a baby and everything. But I just ended up getting drunk all the time and started fighting. Anyway, we split up, started fighting a bit more. Sent to a hostel in Liverpool, got thrown out of there.
Is your activities as such, have you ever taken drugs?
No, sir.
Mainlined? Anything like that?
No, sir.
So we've had no contact?
No, sir.
Have you ever seen a psychiatrist?
No, sir.
A school for behavioural problems?
No, sir.
Anything like that? What about your health at the moment? Is there anything particularly worrying you about it? I see you smoke. There's a cigarette behind you.
Yeah, so that's about it. I drink and smoke, but not both at the same time.
Okay, take your clothes off and hand them to the officer there, okay?
Yeah. Not much. So.
Put a gown on then, kid. Don't let you keep these here, okay? I'll give it to the nurse and they'll issue to it as and when required, okay?
Okay.
So you can take that with you. That's your personal one. I'll give that to the nurse and they'll sort you out, okay?
Yeah.
So you go through there, see the orderly, and they'll give you some clothes to wear, okay? It's in blue!
Bothers me to think that I might be coming back again. I've said I wouldn't come back so many times and I have done, even when it's only been remand. I thought, well, I'd never end up back in, you know what I mean? I have done time and time again.
I'll take that with you.
Sure.
Yeah, so we'll box in for you.
Okay. Right. So.
Have a shower.
Put your stuff in there. In you go, man. Get yourself a shower. Come back, get yourself dressed, and we'll sort you out with some food, okay?
I'm not one of them people that can listen to being mouth off that. I expect a few fights while I'm in here. I expect at least a few. I lose about 56 days at the most. That's what I'm looking for anyway.
Hi, come in. Close the door, young man, take a seat. Watch your knees on the table when you sit down there. There's a tendency to bump your knees. Who are you then?
Robert Borstal.
Barclay. Oh, Robert. What's your date of birth?
7672.
First time inside?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Sir.
Been on remand?
No, sir.
Oh. Big bad prison then. Bit of a shock, is it?
Yeah.
Stand there, young man. You're JR to Luton Crown, is that correct?
Pardon?
JR to Luton Crown Court.
I'm not going to Crown Court, no.
You're not?
Shrewsbury, no.
Shrewsbury?
Yeah.
Shrewsbury Crown. Date to be fixed. Oh, I see. Coming from Shrewsbury. Right. We've got of yours 3 bangles, nail clippers, black plastic wristwatch which is broken, red plastic comb and a plastic cross on some string.
No, that's not mine. I thought you said Wren.
Who?
Wren.
No, West.
West! 1 from Shrewsbury, 3 from Derby.
What's your name, young man? West. Are you JR to Luton Crown Court?
Yes.
Correct, right. I've got 3 bangles, nail clippers, black plastic wristwatch which is broken, red plastic comb and a plastic cross on a string.
Yes.
Yes, you agree. Have you got anything in your pockets? If so, empty your pockets out onto there. Anything else?
No.
No?
You're still adamant you're not guilty?
No, I'm not guilty for it.
Does that make you feel bitter?
Does a bit. It's like my missus just had my kid.
Sorry?
My missus just had my kid, so it does make me feel
How long? How old is the child?
Month old.
Oh, that's a bit of a blow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Will she be able to come and see you?
Yeah.
From Nottingham?
Yeah.
How will she get here?
My dad would bring her up in the car.
Have you sent her a VO?
Yeah.
So, what is that? A reception visit, is it?
I don't know.
Well, will it be inside the first 7 days, will it, your visit?
Yeah.
Have you ever been depressed, deliberately injured yourself or attempted suicide?
Well, I've been depressed but not attempted suicide or anything, but I'm sort of that person that likes to be by myself sometimes, now and then, but I'd like to mix with friends and make friends.
Do you think you'll be okay on ordinary location here?
Yes, sir.
Is the lass disappointed at you getting sent down?
Yeah.
She is. Do you think she'll stand by you? I'm sure she will.
Yeah, said she would.
There's no risk of a Dear John then. You know what a Dear John is, don't
Yeah.
you?
No,
I have gone, huh?
No risk of that.
No risk. Well, that's good, because a lot of youths can't handle that.
I don't know.
Don't miss anything from behind. New Year, I've been home for a few of them. About 3-4 years ago, the last New Year I spent at home. That's about it. Don't mind being in for Christmas, birthdays. Been home from before. I miss not being able to see my son, but I've only seen him once anyway.
Yes. Before you go any further, put your cigarette out. Right. Now take off your jumper and take off your shirt. Okay, take your vest off. Just pull it. Stick it back on again. Okay, take your socks off, turn them inside out. Stick it back on again. Drop your underpants to your ankles. Turn all the way around. All the way around. Okay. Pull them up. Okay.
Then when they go and all you twat. They think it's been hard, like the kid out there, you know what I mean? Kids out there, you know what I mean?
You should think about that, shouldn't you?
I know I should have.
You didn't think about it while I was on the out and I was regretting it.
Well, everyone does, don't they?
Why don't you regret coming in?
Yeah, but usually if you've got a kid, it makes you think twice, don't it?
Yeah, but that's something when she just got pregnant. I was being sent down as he was born.
Yeah, but you knew she was pregnant, so you still had on it, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't know I was going to get caught for it, did you?
You get caught for everything, don't you?
The way I see it, if you come in here all girlfriends, whatever, they obviously see you in a different view when you come in here and after you've got out.
How do you mean? What's a different view then?
Well, I'd say 60%. If you're going out with somebody and you come in here and you write her a letter, she doesn't want to know. I'd say 60% of blokes in here get them sort of letters.
And I'm one of the lucky ones.
Some girls will stick by you, others won't. All depends.
Taylor! Yeah. Taylor.
Come here, stand there, young man. Right, we've got no property of yours whatsoever and no cash. If you've got any cash, it'll come through on a paper transaction, okay?
Sure.
Yeah. You do 15 months, are you?
Sure.
Go to Unit 9. Right, no valuable property at all. Sign just there.
Now to 8 years. I just learned how to spell my name.
Sign again, just there, just
Because the way I've been through all my life, I ain't had no O-levels or A-levels or nothing like that. But I've never been to school in my life, so I can't hardly read and write. But, so when I used to go to school, I just wasn't interested. I used to always fight with staff and that.
You got anything in your pockets?
No.
No, okay.
I can't find a job. It's not very easy to find a job these days. Not with a record like mine. So I just have to eat for it. Just end up in a place like this.
We're capable of holding approximately 360 sentenced young offenders, about 480 remands, and our hospital will hold about 57. I've got a grand total staff of 280. That's prison officers, governor grades, hospital staff, administrators, psychologists, educationists, chaplains, and many others. I mean, if I went on with the whole list, I think we may well be here all day.
This is what the officer's got to say when you get in there, son. In the got one there, lads, please.
Well,
this one of you lads.
a chair in there. Is that? I'll get it now. Hold it there, hold it there. Okay, don't you make head now. Just clear the doors, lads. Just clear the doors. Yeah.
Down your knees.
Stand back a minute, just in case.
Keep your head down.
Just lie there, somebody, Jim. Get his figure of circle grip on him. Right in the neck.
No. Stop, officer. Come around here.
What you got on your arm? Flex your arm in, lad. Okay, lock on there, Trey, please. Get all of the done, please. That's there, shoot snake. I'm curling.
He's off. He's on to his legs. Can you take over, sir? It's all right. It's all right.
Okay, you're right. Just got his radio, please.
Stay where you are. Go up there. Stay where you are. Okay, let's okay. Stay there.
Sign the forms, gents.
We offer PE, we offer them workshops,
They've got the opportunities to go on groups to assist them. They can go on to a chaplain's group. They can go on to learn about computers. I mean, there are so many things we could offer. I think the grave danger, I think somebody said to me earlier today, if we're not careful, it will look like I'm presenting you with a brochure for the place.
Well, I thought that it'll be sort of like prison beatings going up and everything, but so far it's all right. I feel like when I'm by myself, crying and everything, but that's about it.
My mum and dad disowned me when I was 5-year-old. I've been in care since 1976. Through being in care, what's done this to me? The way they've treated me and that. Well, I got accused for screwing the house twice. I only screwed it once. It was on a copper's house. No. Well, during sold and got some money. So the DHSS were messing me about with my money and we had nothing to live on. There's no way my kids were going to start through the DHSS. No chance.
I'm going for a drink. Nerves have gone.
Yeah, right. Just ask for it.
What's that? We made it out of matches. Tune has called it Craig Bryan.
I framed every single one of them photos.
I can't get no more till I've got a camera.
Local! Is he moving? Local! Local! This way, son. Now, son, sit there. Close the door. Right, Michael Local. Correct?
Yes.
Right. You've been sentenced to 6 months imprisonment by Derby Crown Court today. Okay, you agree with that?
Yes. Obviously they're not to blame, but he said it, I mean, the company were asking for it. And he just said basically he's not going to give me a long term, he just wants to give me a taste of hearing the prison door slam and sort of make sure it didn't happen again.
While you're here, your number will be GM0679. Okay? Tell me what it is again.
GM0679.
That's it, you've got it. Do it!
JL2086, Ren.
Dewey, come here, young man. All right.
Yeah.
How you doing? How long have you been out?
2 months.
2 months. Not very long, eh? Do you know your new number?
GK0729.
Well done, young man. Now, we've got nothing belonging to you except £2.51. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You do 3 years, eh?
Yeah.
Right. £2.51. Someone's done your clothing which you've signed for. Have you got anything in your pockets? Anything at all? Well, whatever you got, put it on the desk and we'll...
No.
You sure? Nothing. You wearing any jewellery? Rings, watches, necklaces, earrings? Nothing at all. You got nothing whatsoever. Right, Jewett. Smith! Smith, here, young man. You are 509 Smith, are you?
509, yes, sir.
Correct. Right. We've got no property of yours whatsoever. And no cash. If you've got any cash, it will come from a paper transaction. Okay. You're doing 30 months, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. Just sign just there for me. You've already signed your property card. You've got your spectacles.
So I need them all done.
Yes, I'm just checking this out.
When I was younger, I was bullied, so now I just give the cheek back. So then they might just stop us or ask me for a fight or anything. I'll just back out. So I'm not causing any trouble or anything.
Blue and grey pullover.
Yes, sir.
Grey and red striped tie.
Yes, it's in my pocket, sir.
Okay, take it out then, please. Blue suede lace-up shoes. White
Black
socks.
suede.
Beg your pardon. Yes, black suede lace-up.
Well, I used to get chucked out of school windows and everything, but it never done me any harm. Well, it did, but as my mum says, just let them carry on. And sooner or later they'll get fed up with it and just leave you alone.
Alright, they take the body downstairs to Davison, Clark and Northampton Magistrate Court tomorrow morning. Correct, we're very late.
This one's also in blues.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What waist here?
32 long.
What size shoe?
Eh?
What size shoe?
9s.
Okay. I don't believe you get up. Just grab a kickball, a jumper, and then a change room and a shower. Change. There you go.
This way. In there, showers are down there. Get yourself ready, have a shower. When you've had a shower, come back and get dressed. And then we'll take you through and get some food, okay?
Okay, that's it.
We've got a 20-year-old young man who's on unconditional bail. Went to court this morning. He had a few friends go with him. He says to me that they took quite a few tablets he took quite a few tablets with him, and if he got sent down, he was going to take an overdose. If he got off, and he'd already taken the tablets, he was going to make himself sick. Yeah. I can't find out what type of tablets they were. He's not very clear on that.
So I've been treated on unit.
I beg your pardon?
I've been treated on unit. I've got shoes in the property.
What sort of soles you got on them?
I've seen an officer, said they're all right.
Yes, all right. If they're not black, I'll issue them to you. What sort of trainers are they?
Mitre. That's me.
Nike.
Mitre.
And I understand from the officer that you tried to take some tablets. What tablets were they?
I wasn't trying at all. I did think about it, and I went down to the shop. I mean, the pack is still full. I've been here 8 hours now. If I'd taken all those tablets, I wouldn't be standing there like this.
Yes, have you taken anything?
I've done anything.
I mean, I did know I'd get caught in the end, but, I'm still not so sure it wasn't worth it. Because it was a good 6 months.
Some of them have perhaps not been living very well. They've been on the streets, and they come in with scabies or skin infections. Lads come in who are asthmatic, haven't had treatment for quite a while because they've been living rough, etc., etc. He's very much a lad who's close to his family, and he's very close to his mother in particular. He's prone, in actual fact, to outbursts of tears, and all the sob story came out, really. I shouldn't really say a sob story, because the lad was obviously upset. It's his first time in prison. He's, in my opinion, an individual who could be bullied, in a sense, in the environment of a prison, especially if he went on to an ordinary location. He's a weak character, he could be manipulated, and I think once the stronger inmates saw that he could be manipulated, it would make it even worse.
My attitude has always been the same since I've been in the prison service. If you take a person's liberty from them and you say how they will spend their day, I would say that is the punishment, is the removal. We don't have to punish when we've got them here. The punishment is the removal from their normal life.
I'll see you next year then, right?
We try and make life as normal and as reasonable as possible in here, but by the very nature of the place, the very nature of our work, that isn't totally possible. But what we try to do is, as I've said to you before, to treat them as human beings. And I think that is essential. People who have got strengths and weaknesses, and to recognise them.
Come on, wakey. Hands off cocks, on with socks. Come on in. Come on. Wakey. Cover that arse up. Give him a kick. Yeah.
Gollings!
Yeah, he's there.
Yeah.
That's all of them.
Brackenbury, Unit 10. Yeah, alright, you got all your kit. Right, you want all your bedding, son.
Yeah.
Okay, all wants to be folded up and taken downstairs, all your kit packed, and I want your razor, knife, fork, spoon and mug taken as well.
Okay. Well, I'd like Mum and Dad to come down and visit me, but it's a bit too far, 350 odd miles. So I'm hoping to get a probation visit and get a job in here, earn my tobacco money and everything, to keep my mind occupied and let time go quicker. As people normally say in here, just get your head down and do your time. So I'm going to try and do that.
I saw you.
Going to go straight from now on.
Brackenbury? Go on in, young man. Take a seat. Right, you got 18 months, did you?
Yeah.
At Lincoln Crown.
Notts Crown.
Notts Crown, was it? I've got Lincoln. It must have been...
Trial was at Lincoln.
Trial was at Lincoln, so it was really Nottingham Crown sitting at Lincoln, wasn't it, really?
Okay, lads. Smith, Taylor. Smith, Unit 5.
Yes, sir.
And Taylor, Unit 4.
You want to tell me something about the offence?
Like what?
What it was? What have you got? You said on there, crime. You didn't tell me what you did. Really? What was it?
ABHs.
Assault on police, was it?
And a barman.
And a barman.
And a bird I used to go out with.
And a bird you used to go out with. A bit of Jack the Lad, are we? Oh, come on. Yeah, you bit of Jack the Lad. Yeah, you've got a long history, haven't you? ABH. Taking and driving away. Threatening behaviour.
I've been in Liverpool for 6 months in a probation hostel.
Yeah. How'd you get on in the probation hostel?
Broke it. Supposed to be up there for 2 years.
Well, couldn't stand their rules or what?
Pakistan youth offered me out in front of the office. And there was a load of other people, so I dropped him.
You don't like Pakis?
So it wasn't that. Well, I don't know. But he went screaming in the office, making out it was a prejudice attack, which it wasn't. But the staff didn't want to know, so I was thrown out.
Are these your socks, are they? Smith?
I've only got mine on, sir. Yeah, I'll get down to Taylor.
They might start walking out the window now, Taylor.
Got any preference for unit?
Preference?
Yeah.
Like to go on 10, I've heard that's a nice unit.
Have you? Well, you had about 10 then.
That's clean. People are better up there.
Well, there's no difference between any of the units.
Well, there are. Some people walk around with hard heads, don't they? Making out there's something.
Who walks
Them
around
kind of
with
people
hard...
I don't like.
Who walks around with hard heads?
Well, they do, don't they? There's some lads down in reception yesterday with big mans.
Well, they've all got Jack the Lads in it.
Well, I don't walk around doing out like that. I don't pick on people.
Well,
It's only when someone does something towards me that I drop them.
Right, just stand at the court table, lads. Just stick kit on the floor, please. Right, Smith. Have your razor there. Knife, fork, spoon and mug over this side, please. Alright, you want your bedding over there, okay? Then all the rest of your kit I want you to take with you and go into the TV room and sit down. Okay, off you go. Taylor.
What was this burglary then? 15 months, it must have been a big one.
No, I got 12 months for it, but I got 3 months. I'm 7 for not going.
3 months for not going?
It's Crown Court.
For breaking bail?
Yeah, I didn't go.
Bit stupid, wasn't it, to break bail?
Oh,
Wow. Why'd you break bail then?
Because I found out I was up in front of I didn't want to go up in front of him.
You like to choose your own judge then?
No, I walked out with less than 2 years.
You walked out with less than 2 years? You don't think more than...
Give me about 4 years, you. Well, I'll slash up and nothing like that. Do me bird easy. Just when you got somebody who loves you on the outside and you're in here, find it in case you're gonna lose them.
You living with a girlfriend still?
Yeah.
What's she going to do now you're inside?
I don't know.
Were you employed?
No. Looking for a job.
Looking for a job.
Could have had a chance to get one, but I got sent down.
Is she going to stand by you then?
Yeah.
Sure?
Positive.
At the door, turn right, lads. Off you go to the canteen.
I'm going to put you up on the on the units up there. You can't go to open conditions because you've got too many twats.
Too many twat?
Yeah.
I ain't got no twat.
You have?
I am.
Taking and driving away.
That's not me, sir.
That's not you, is it?
No, I ain't even been up for a twat before, except for in 1980.
Sure. Well, they got it here.
And that was a jag. It's the only twat I've had. I've had one twat.
Well, they got twat on down here. That was it, on a jag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only twat I had, and that was about 5 years ago.
Flint, come on in, young fella. Right, have a seat. Take a seat down there. Now then, you got 5 months yesterday, didn't you, at the county court, down at the the county down at the castle?
30 months.
Oh, you got the wrong fella. This is not Flint, is it?
No.
No.
I thought you said Lee.
No, I want Flint. Cut that one.
Cut. I was living with my parents and then I went to live next door and then he booted me out, you see. So.
What's he boot you out for? Kicking over the traces or what?
No, because the social wouldn't help pay for the lodge and everything, you see.
Didn't you get much backup from the social then?
No, sir.
That caused the robbery?
Yes, sir.
Was it a bad one?
Well, to the court's consent, yeah. And well, I think it's the lowest of the low, so.
Pardon?
I thought it's the lowest of the low, so.
So you're ashamed of it, are you?
Yes, sir.
Was it a mugging?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
Canteen Unit 9. Internal transfers.
Yes. Just in time, we were just leaving. Oh. Okay, who's first?
418 Taylor, sir.
Who?
418 Taylor.
Yes, 125. What would you like?
Tobacco, sir, please. Some residents and matches.
Half ounce reasons and matches, that's 125. Okay.
Same again, please,
there.
5029.
Taylor.
Smith.
Good lad.
502, 509 Smith, that's the one.
It came out in the end that he'd done a mugging, which, as he said, is the lowest of the low. I should imagine that he probably snatched an old person's handbag or something like that.
There we are.
That one was good, say you don't deserve 3 years. Yeah, and then don't come back with the gun and shoot. Okay, buddy. All right. See you later, then, Taylor. See you later. See you later. Just take a seat in there, kid.
See you when we get out.
Right. Come on.
A little bit, James. Don't know where I've got that.
One on for you, sir.
One on, sir. Thank you very much.
Smith. Canteen, kit change, letter sheet, everything else.
Excellent.
Do you any sport?
Do I do anything? Yeah, football. Well, I will have had up in the other prison.
Don't you? There you'll get all the opportunities you want. They do all the courses here as well. Weightlifting courses, football.
Do the weights. I did tell you they do a pickaxe handle, so I'm not allowed to do certain sports.
Hmm. Do you have a headache? Literally back to where you started. Well on, sir. Brackenbury's been kit changed, been canteened. There's letter sheets here in his file, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
You stuff down there.
Straight up, interview. Interview. Is it? Straight downstairs.
Alright, come in. Close the door, young man. Take a seat there. Mind your knees on the desk as you sit down, because there's a tendency to bump them. You again? Young Jackson? Yes, go on. Oh, you were here a few months ago, weren't you? How long ago was that since you were here?
May, June time.
May, June? We released you in May or June?
Yes, go on.
You obviously like it here. You're back already.
Ain't too bad.
Prison life is how you make it. You can either have it quiet or rough, depending on how you make it. I mean, it's best to just keep yourself to yourself and not make too friendly with other people, because they're not going to probably not be here that long, and you're not going to be here that long. Just basically keep yourself to yourself and just get your head down and do your bit. That's it.
I went to court the last time and got my probation order back, and this time I'm in for the same thing, breach of probation and criminal damage. And because it was a different judge last time, I got the original judge that sentenced me first time for breach of probation, and he re-sentenced me for all my original offences, which were criminal damage, arson and theft.
Breach of probation, which he told us about when I asked him why he was back so quickly. He said the sentence was still over his head. What he was saying was, I'd rather go down and do 6 months, which they have a fair idea that they won't get a long sentence for charges like this, and put everything behind him. It may be a good sign, this, really, that he wants to clear everything up. But you got to be concerned that he's not fit to carry out, or he doesn't see fit to carry out a probation order. I mean, yes, he could be on a downhill trend. You say you got a steady job. What's that?
I was working just on the new prison unit.
What, working on the side?
Yeah, plastering.
That's interesting, isn't it? How long have you been there?
2 weeks.
Oh, just 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Did you realise you were coming in shortly?
No.
Yeah, come in. Close the door, young man. Take a seat there. Mind your knees on the table when you sit down. You're likely to bump them.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Vincent Pleasance.
Vincent Pleasance. What's your date of birth?
The 1st of 4th, 70.
First time in?
Yeah.
How are you finding it?
All right, so far.
All right.
Yeah.
What prison have you been at? You've been to Norwich, have you?
Yeah.
You had problems there, did you?
No. Yeah, little problems. I was scared at first in that.
Scared?
Yeah.
Anybody say anything to you?
No.
Did you apply for protection in Norwich?
Yeah.
Was that because you were scared or because somebody
Yeah.
said something to you?
I was scared.
You were scared?
Yeah. Well, I was at King's Lynn. They asked me, do you go on the 43s? I said, yeah, just fill up, I'll see how it goes and that. I was all right.
You knew what 43s was?
Yeah.
What were you charged with?
What?
What were you charged with this time?
Touching 2 little girls up.
What did they call it in court? Indecent assault?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you tell people you're in for?
Burglary.
You're not so daft, are you? You're not. And they've all accepted it,
Yeah.
have they?
Yeah.
But you got to stick to that. No matter how close a friend you get, don't say any different. Because I'll tell you now, you'll be on protection here if they find out any different. You know that, don't you? So strictly burglary with confidence, that's what you say.
Yeah.
Where did the offences take place? In your own home or in a neighbour's home or something?
In a neighbour's home.
Neighbour's home?
Yeah.
So that means that there's no problem as regards releasing you to the address you come from. You can go back to your home place.
Yeah.
And what about the people in the locality? Are you afraid of sort of a backlash when you go out? Are you afraid of the neighbours?
No.
No?
No, I ain't afraid of them.
Will you see the kids when you go out again, those kids that were involved?
Don't know, sir.
You would hope not.
Hope not.
Do you realise you did wrong?
Yeah, I know I done wrong, sir.
Yeah. What worries me a little bit about you is you don't seem to have any sort of remorse or shame about what happened, and I mean it's a very serious thing.
I know.
Well, why haven't you got any remorse or shame?
Don't know. Don't know, sir.
So what you're telling me is that there's great risk you do the same thing again if you were topped up.
I won't do the same thing again.
You realise the damage to the children, the seriously mental damage, don't you?
Yeah. I'll make sure I won't get drunk again.
Pardon?
I'll make sure I won't get drunk again. I was worried I might find out, I might get beat up and all that. I've been there a month. That's all right. Nobody don't know yet and all that.
If the boy, as I expected, was a little bit dumb, if that was the case, there was a great risk that he would tell the peer group in the unit that I'm in for sex offences and there's little girls and I did this, and start to bluff about it, and he wouldn't stand a chance. I mean, he'd be beaten up. There is no doubt about it. He would be beaten up. And what you hope is that if he can bluff his way, that he will survive. You treat with caution everything and anything about the inmate, don't you? Because if they're compulsive liars, the chances are that everything they've told reception staff and everything that's been recorded about them right the way through, there can be deficiencies in it. So, yes, you treat anything and everything to do with the inmate with a certain amount of caution.
It's me, Hugh. Borstal. Me here again.
We'll just go through a few facts here. Yeah, Lee Colin Smith, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Now, for a start, we do away with the sir bit. Right, Mr. McGuire, you know. We're not in the army. I'm your group officer. I'm not your father. I'm not here to pander you through the sentence. I'm here to help you, that's all. All right? You've been in the induction biz. Have you decided what you want to do?
Yes.
Well,
I'm hoping to go into kitchens, and on Thursday, night class of pottery.
Yeah. I don't want you to go in the kitchens. I don't think you're quite the type for our kitchens. These kitchens aren't like ordinary kitchens. You're working with a gang of lads who are a bit wise, you know, and you're a first time inside. Generally, the lads who go in the kitchens are third or fourth time inside. They know the ropes, and, you know, without being insulting to your physical presence, you may end up the butt of the jokes, do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
What I think's best for you is to go on second chance. Perhaps at the end of 2 or 3 months, we'll have another look at it and then put you in there. But I really don't think you should go on there. Now, have you had any approaches on here? Do you smoke?
Yes.
You smoke? Have you had any tobacco off anybody yet?
No, will not, no.
No, you know the score on the tobacco, don't you?
People say if you buy an eighth, you've got to give a quarter back.
That's right, yeah.
And it just says, oh, you can stuff
Yeah.
that up your bum.
Yeah, well, if you can stay, stick it up your bum, but you may get some will give you it, and if you give it them back, they will still feel as though you've got it. Now, there's a jungle law in this place, and part of it is if you don't play ball, you get your head stove in. We try and stop it as best we can, but we know it goes on. Don't borrow. It doesn't matter if you have to pretend you don't smoke. Don't borrow. Don't you lend out to other people. If you get yourself a personal cassette in, keep it under your hat, hide it in your cell when you come out of it. Don't let anybody know, because if you get a personal and you get a good tape in, and one of the, let's say, stronger lads decides he wants to tape, he'll take it off you. You know, and it doesn't matter if you, as much as you want not to give it to him, he'll take it off you. You know. Now, if that does happen to you, you can come and see us, and we'll sort it out as best we can.
There's this lad called Bo. You know Bo? That's next door to me. When I was getting picked on first day, he says, right then, just leave it out. If you want to pick on him, pick on me as well, because I'll just knock some heads together.
Yeah, that's fine. You're all right at the time being, but don't let him come to you in a couple of weeks' time and say, well, look, I've been looking after you.
I want some payment back.
I want some payment back. You know, it's like a type of insurance. It goes on. We stop it as much as we can, but we can't stop it all the way. You know? They will tell you all sorts in there. They will send you in for milk tokens. They'll send you in for tickets for the disco. You've had it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there it goes.
If
they see you going along with your glasses on and you think you're easy meat, they're going to make you the butt of the jokes. If you fall for it, if you've got any problem with your parole, you come and see us, you don't go and see them. We're the guys to say, because we know the score. Do you understand? Right, now, as I said, if you get any problems, you come and see me. If anybody's hassling you and you can't handle it, before you start doing anything silly, come and see me. Now, have you got any problems at the minute?
Just want to go home.
You want to go home, yeah. Fine. I think it's a good thing, perhaps, that Smith's feeling weepy. He's now sitting considering what he actually did, and what he did was unacceptable. It's not acceptable in today's society. And if we could bottle this little bit of time that he's feeling sorry for himself, I think we could send him out in a month's time, and he wouldn't come back again. What may happen is in a month's time he got used to the regime, and it becomes tedious for him then. You know, that sort of boy, a first-time offender in, this first 2 weeks will be a great leveller for him. I have a deal of sympathy for the way he feels, to a point, but I can understand how an 80-year-old woman must feel, having a young thug come along and take her bag. It does sometimes get to me when I see these boys feeling sorry for themselves, but I sometimes wonder whether they're actually feeling... Are they feeling sorry for the victim, or are they feeling sorry for themselves because they're banged away from mum and dad? Hopefully by the end of his sentence we can give him a bit more backbone, if you like, to be able to stand up for himself.
Don't struggle, don't struggle. One more. That's it.
That's it. Come on, press. Keep the elbows in. Down again. Elbows in. Press. Good. That's all on your own.
We don't want him to go out a thug. We want him to go out a better person. And if he can stand up to some of the pressures that he's going to get inside him, because he will get pressures inside him, all the better for him.
Come right the way through. Both arms together. Lock the elbows. Good. One more.
And in 3. There you go. There on, Mr. T. Good night.
Night.
Yes, room 10. Room 10.
Room 10.
Where do we go, boss? Room 10.
Where's that?
Down here on the left. Room
10. Leo. Unit 10.
What's this? It's freezing. Leo, Unit 2.
May I see Lee Smith, please?
God Smith.
Right, if I call you Lee? Yes. Right, okay. What about visits? You getting anybody to come see you?
Well, Mum and Dad live up in Scotland, you see. So I was hoping... I've had 2 letters off them, and they said they'll send a radio down and they come and visit me one time, but I don't know when that'll be.
Yeah. So, are you expecting visits from anybody?
Yeah, Mum and Dad's pretty soon. Like, my mum and sister will chat to each other for ages. They could nag on for years. But I couldn't put up with that. But, well, I could now. Because I feel sorry for what I've done on them. when I get close back to Mum and Dad. But I like to stay with my dad and that. But just wish I was at home.
Yeah. Do they live together?
Yeah.
Yeah. How do they feel about you being here?
Upset they want me to climb and everything.
Pardon?
Upset they want me to climb.
Yeah. So but they haven't blanked you out, they're still... Yeah, good. That's good. So they're going to
Just
stick by
keep
you?
on telling me to keep my chin up.
That's right, yeah.
You're Smith.
Yeah, good.
You come on.
Yeah. Okay. I think one of the things you'll find as you're in here for the first time and away from home is that you'll go through what we call the pain of homesickness, you know, being cut off from people outside. Now, that's quite a painful thing and difficult to handle at times, but it's good because it means that some of the things which you've taken for granted outside mean more to you than you realise. And it's as well to rediscover that you know, friendship, family and so on mean a lot to you. So thank God for that, that you feel that pain rather than sort of wonder what's the matter with you. One of the things we talk about in our studies, of course, is that the question of forgiveness. And one of the things which you may feel is that it's difficult to forgive yourself. But we believe nothing is too serious to be forgiven. That God does love us and care for us, and He will forgive. And we can learn then to forgive ourselves and regrow as a person and in our own self-esteem. So when we leave here, we go out new people with a different aspect of life.
That's what my dad said. They said, well, you can forgive, but you can never forget.
That's right. Well, the forgetting is one part which helps us to stay on the straight and narrow afterwards, but the forgiving is something which is important to us because then the guilt's removed, and also us then for help and prayers for the person who's been our victim, and we try to understand them and how they may be feeling at the time and ask for their forgiveness too. Okay. Is there anything you want to speak to me about at this point? Nothing at all?
You've got it tomorrow night. Get your head down. Shut your face, no one's getting Canteen till tomorrow. Who you got Canteen?
It's the first time I've ever been sentenced to prison. You just got to pay for what I did, haven't I?
Yeah, I've got it tomorrow. I've got enough burn to last me till tomorrow.
I'm in for robbery, attempted, and burglary. The burglary was of a dwelling house in my hometown, Cleethorpes. And the robbery was on an off licence. I was a lookout. I got 21 months for the robbery. I got 9 months for the burglary, making a total of 30 months. That was on September the 22nd at Grimsby Crown Court.
23 hours. I liked it. Can you get any more out of it?
No, not really.
Yeah. Can you get any more?
But you know, it's a hard life, don't you?
Why don't you chew the roach, man?
I will in a minute.
My mum's remarried. I don't know where my father is, but my mother was really disgusted with me. You know, I can't blame her. I mean, there's nothing like this gone on in our family before. I come along, I'm sort of like the black sheep of the family. You know, I've let the whole family down. The stepfather, me and him haven't spoke for 5 years anyway, you know, so... there was just a normal reaction from him, you know. And my mother, she was really disgusted with me, and I made a promise to her that I wouldn't, you know, take anything anymore.
No, he got his straw, it was a proper long one. He put the end of the fag in the bottom line. I think it was a Sunday, and the canteen was on the Monday. He was roasting like an idiot. And he said, I'm going to take one more out of it. And he sucked it, and the thing went straight up the pipe, straight in the back of his throat. Like, I was in bits, I was on the floor. I just couldn't believe it.
I can't blame my stepfather. I can't, because, I mean, it would be unfair to blame him. I mean, he took on the responsibility of my mother, me, and my 2 brothers. Even though my 2 brothers were both older than me, both of those 2 were at boarding school, though, I was the one left at home.
Pleasant, do you know what it was, don't you? What? They had him for studying the chunky chicken with the chickens.
Bob.
He's got the bill, Danny. He's got the bill.
Right, well, let's settle down a minute. You're on your introduction to Glen Parva this morning. Should last all week, Monday to Thursday afternoon. Around about 10 o'clock, Mr. Proctor, who's a PO caterer, will begin to show you a film and talk about the kitchen and hygiene.
I had a checkbook of my own, and I started getting false credit out on that, cashing checks until all that had gone. I started then on another identity, did the same thing, carried on doing that for about 3 months before I got caught. I got caught for that offence, which was £15,000 credit fraud.
Right, lads. Anybody been in Glen Parva before? So, yeah. What kind of sentences?
The sentence not hit me yet, so I don't really know how I feel. A bit fed up. I thought the sentence was too long for what, like for what I was in for. But you got to accept that, just got to do the time what I've got. It's not really actually getting 3.5 years. Not hit me yet. So until it does, I don't know how I feel about it.
Anybody doing a decent time, which is say 12, 18?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. Oh, good. Right.
I went down to London for like an acid house party, the party what you have down there. And on the way back, when I was coming back to Leicester, I went to the train station, King's Cross, to come back. And I was with a few other lads. Obviously, I was high on drugs, like I was speeding, tripping. And I was talking to my mates, and this bloke, Canadian, obviously drunk, past 4 in the morning, I don't know what he was doing ever. And he just started flashing off his money, he just started pulling it out. And like, when he's speeding and tripping, like, you don't know what you're doing. And just a sight of money, I just went up, all we done was, I just walked up to him, like, told him, I pushed him into a taxi, let's go for a drink, like. He took me for a drink. On the way back, just got him, just robbed him. And like, while I was robbing him, the geezer actually said to me, he just says, look, you can have what you want, but leave me train ticket. And that's what he said to me, so.
All you need is a checkbook, check card, driving licence, whether it's your own or someone else's. Walk into a bank, cash checks, walk into a shop, Burton's for instance, and you can just walk up to the counter, try and leather jacket, say I want that instant credit terms, fill out a form, it's not even rang through to a computer, it's just accepted by a manager on spot. Any electrical shop can just walk in, they'll ring up, and all you got to do is say you're in a job, you've been there 3 years, you're earning X amount of money, preferably over 8,000, preferably a place you've got a responsible thing like you're a manager, and that's it. They won't even question you.
Like, my mates were coming up and saying, look, have you tried this new drug, acid? I've said no, and I said, well, try one. And well, mate, just give me one. And I took one, and I thought, well, like, if that happens off one, surely I just get snowballed, and like, I'm taking 6 or 7 at a time, man. It's a bad drug, but like, once you're on it, like, the experience what you have off acid is nothing, completely different. It's like you take it again, and like your mates are having it, so you take it. Like, if I'm on my own, like with my girlfriend, like, then acid or speed I don't touch, or skag. But it's just like when I'm with my mates and what have you. Although the skag was becoming a bit more pusher, taking it like every day, spending 30, 40 quid a day on it.
Right, lads, we're going to talk about a group officer now. Now, do you all know what your group officer is? Who your group officer is? No? Well, your group officer is one of your unit staff. He's got 8, perhaps 10 inmates, 10 of you lads. And your officer is your first line of contact with anything in the prison or outside. Any problems, you see him. Drug abuse, drinks, alcohol, glue sniffing, all them kind of things. Temper problems. You're antisocial, you find it hard to make friends or speak to people, to your peer group. Well, we've got people who can help you. You sign here, I agree to the above sentence plan. You sign your name, your group officer signs his in. This will be looked on every 2 months by the Governor on your bi-monthly report. Your group officer does a bi-monthly report, that goes to the Governor, and any comments he's got to make or any alterations he puts down in your record.
Thanks, man.
Hey!
Oh, no, I'm not supposed to be here. Where's my one?
Right, back to number 3.
Yep. Doesn't say where the 3 is, does it? It's got to be somewhere.
But this is the kitchen.
Boss! Do you know where Mr. Maguire is, please? Yeah. Yes. Hey, where's Mr. Maguire? Mr. Maguire?
Unit 5, I think it is.
Oh, no. Mr. Maguire normally works on 5.
Okay, 5.
Is that where you're going to?
I think so.
Didn't manage to chase it. Nice one, Smith.
We're going to touch on the subject now that's in the front of a lot of people's minds when they come into prison, and also your parents' minds, about AIDS. Right, everybody's heard of AIDS. And because of the rumours and the stories, the prison service made a video about it.
I'll tell you the facts you want to know. And if you watch this film through to the end, I promise you, you'll have all the facts you need to protect yourselves and other people from AIDS. And after that, it's up to you, because no matter how much the experts go on about it, there's nothing they can actually do to stop the spread of AIDS unless you help. And that's your choice. But if you think about it, it's impossible for HIV to get inside your body unless you help it. Unless you help it by screwing around, or by not using rubbers, condoms, or by sharing works.
I know when I must have caught it, must have been on the 1 or 2 occasions when I've jumped in a car, driven right across to North London or somewhere to score. I've scored, I've been as sick as a dog, and I've just fixed up there and then at the guy's house thinking, oh, it's just the once, you know, they look pretty clean, you know what I mean?
But there's one situation that you can't control. Being raped.
You fucking stay away from me. Yeah. There's nothing you make him do, because there's no way to protect himself.
Maybe, but any rapist can take it from me. He's putting himself at risk as much as his victim. Although most of what we've said so far applies to men and women, there are some extra considerations for women.
That's crazy, man.
As far as sex between women is concerned, it's very difficult for HIV to be transmitted this way. Right, now we come to the bit you're all worried about. Fighting.
Oh, look at that!
Fights are dangerous for all sorts of reasons. It's not just the one that gets beaten up that's at risk from blood. The one dishing out the beating is in danger too. Blood can transmit all sorts of infections. HIV is only one of them. You may find it hard to believe that no one in any jail, anywhere, has ever been infected with HIV during a fight or by being bitten. Experts will can't prove it.
The blood, when you cut itself, flows outwards, doesn't flow inwards, you know, so even in that situation you probably wouldn't catch it, you know, but then, I think let's be serious, you know, you just don't want to risk that, do you?
So, if you come into contact with someone else's blood, however it happens, wash it off as soon as possible with plenty of water. But what about when you get out of prison? Even someone who's very experienced sexually can still get it wrong.
Before I never used a condom, right? And the first time I tried to use one, you know you have to roll the thing on your penis. I just unroll the thing and I tried to start the condom like this.
I put it on my
head. Anyway, and the girl was in
in bed looking at me, she was laughing, and I don't know what's going on. And she said to me, they were here to use their condom and everything.
Gently put the closed end onto the tip of your penis. If the condom's the right way up, its end will be coming from inside the ring. That's the rolled up bit. Still holding the end of the condom on the tip of your penis. Slowly but firmly roll the condom down to the base of your penis.
My name is Kath Howells and I'm the Deputy Education Officer here. Okay? You've been brought here this afternoon to do two things. One is to find out a little bit about what education can offer you in terms of courses or classes during the day. And the other, and this is the not so interesting bit for you, is to do two tests for us, an English and a maths test. If you haven't got, gentlemen, if you haven't got any qualifications, just go a line through that part.
When you do that, put N stroke A, right, and put your early state release on your EDO.
Alright.
Stuck on something.
Type of school you last attended. Now, that could have been a community college, comprehensive, secondary modern, grammar school.
That's grammar school.
Grammar school, okay. So that's what you put in there. All right, grammar school in there. GRA.
W.
AR.
AR.
Excuse me. There you go. Okay. Could you take any qualifications?
I don't know if I passed any. I don't know.
You don't know? Leave it blank for the moment then, okay. Vincent John Pleasance. EDR, 16th of the 3rd, 90.
Yeah.
That's the sentence given to you by the judge.
12 months.
Right, so 12 months goes in there, okay? Now, your offences, I believe they were for indecent assault,
Yeah.
×2, yeah. Are you having any problems on the units? Do the people on the units know about that?
No, they don't know.
They don't know?
No.
What do you tell them that you're in for?
Burglary.
Okay. Has the unit talked to you about that?
Yeah.
About keeping it quiet? Good. So you're not getting any hassle?
No.
Oh, that's good. Fine. Have you done time before, Vince?
No, just my first time.
What the information that's given me is that you do have a few problems with your reading and also with your maths.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
I've never been to school, that's why.
Haven't you?
No.
How did that
I've been to a school, but I just haven't been bothered to learn. I used to wait up.
Really?
Same as the 3.5 years at that skip yard, I didn't learn one thing.
Do you want
Just
to...
not interested.
You're not interested in helping yourself to improve those skills?
I can't, because I just can't seem to learn, you know what I mean? I'm just not interested. When I sit down, I just can't stay.
You find difficulty in concentrating?
Yeah. I can't work with a party. I'm not used to it.
You mean you can't work with other people?
No.
Well, that would
It's the offend me when they take the mickey out of me, you know what I mean?
I understand that, and I can't promise you that it would be perfect if you came up to education. I'd be daft to do that, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
But what I can say is that you would be with boys who have exactly the same problems. You know Vince Pleasance? He's going to come up and he has the same problems. All right.
You got other all six?
So I can't help you because it's a test.
This is a screen.
All right. I think it's very difficult for lads who have limited educational ability to come in and do a test in a room full of lads who, some of whom, are not very sensitive about the less able boy. So if a lad is having difficulties and if he's asking me for help, although I can't ask him, I can't tell him how to do the test, otherwise that loses its validity. I do try and answer the question sympathetically, tell him I can't help him sympathetically, and give him some hope that the following day during an interview I will be able to help him look at some of those difficulties and perhaps offer some help. But in doing that, I do attempt to shield him from the other lads so that they can't hear what is being said. They can't point the finger and say he's a noddy or any of the other, some of them less savoury descriptions that they apply to the lads of slower learning ability. Can you keep the noise down till a few lads who haven't finished reach the end of their 20 minutes, please? When you got into trouble, Lee, were you unemployed or were you working?
I was unemployed.
What about your state of health? Are you generally quite healthy?
Well, I smoke and drink, but that doesn't affect me all that much. Trying to regain my health again, doing bodybuilding.
Oh, you're doing that in the gym, are you?
Yes, miss.
Excellent. Now, hobbies and interests outside.
Snooker. Playing darts.
Do you play for a team?
No. Well, me and my brother play snooker a lot and playing pool as well.
Oh, cool.
Going on the computer. And going out socialising.
Oh, you've got a busy life.
It's mum and dad, you see. I don't usually make all that many friends, but mum and dad, they're old, but they're really like touch young, you see, so they take us out on a couple of drinks and everything.
Sounds like you really like your mum and dad.
Yes.
Yeah. So you went from a GBH, which the courts only gave you a £10 fine for, and nicking chocolate, to a robbery. So what went wrong? I mean, that's really going up market. Is that too difficult a question? Okay. You all right? Are you having a hard time here?
Well, I get on well with most people and everything, but just wish I was out of here.
It's tough. Okay. I'm afraid that's your 20 minutes. If you want to know the results of those, then I will give them to you in private tomorrow morning.
What's the time, miss?
Okay. The 2 tests that you did yesterday,
Yeah.
you did okay on. All right.
About average.
Well, the reading is slightly above average for the prison. That's no difficulty at all.
Maths is terrible.
Well, the maths you got 50.
Out of what?
Well, that was a percentile of 50. So your actual score, I'll tell you your actual score, was 24 out of 40, which gave you a percentile of 50. So there are a few problems there.
Yeah.
It's always been a problem, is it?
Got it over the head with a pickaxe handle in June, so I ain't too clever at things like that anymore. Don't remember much either.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What, did you get involved in a fight?
I was drunk. It was a business agreement with this bloke, which I can't go into detail with because it was illegal.
Okay, don't go into details, but you ended up getting hit over the head with a pickaxe handle.
He was beating up my mate first. He got a broken jaw and broken ribs. And I got him off my mate, and I got hit over the head with a pickaxe handle.
You were in hospital?
Yeah.
Concussion?
Don't know. Can't remember much about it. I had 18 stitches.
I left anybody's test out. Sometimes they infuriate me. Sometimes I could walk out and never come back. Sometimes they're capable of giving me and all the teachers a really hard time. But I do like them. I enjoy their humour. I enjoy their spirit. Some of them have had some very unpleasant experiences. Some of that is self-inflicted, and some of it hasn't been inflicted by themselves, but it's happened to them because of family breakups or their social situation. So I'm very aware of that. But it can be very rewarding working with these lads. When they do learn, their pleasure in that is enormous, because a small stride, it may be the first stride they've ever made, and it's very pleasurable to be part of that process. Yeah. Are you happy with that? We don't seem to have offered you very much, but with a very short period of time, with your educational qualifications as they stand, I don't think that we can offer you anything better.
Yeah.
You would have been an ideal candidate for, say, the MSOC course, but obviously you're not here for that length of time.
Yeah, maybe next time.
I hope there won't be a next time, don't you? Or are you making a career out of this?
Nah.
You don't convince me, actually, so perhaps we will see you again.
No, you won't. I'll be proper Nick.
Yeah, that's right. You'll be starred up, won't you? Well, things aren't so easy there, so you might want to think about what you're doing.
Unit 3. What's his name? Chowdhury.
Come on, Charles.
Cheers.
Smith!
Smith!
What's up?
Come on. It's the movie star. Are you enjoying it?
Go and see the SO.
Your library book that you reported that you dropped it out the window, which has been retrieved. It's soaking wet, so I gather, because it's pouring the rain. What happened to the covers to it? I mean, when you issue with it last Friday,
So it dropped out the window and reported it to the officer.
I know you did that, but I'm on about the covers. The covers just don't disappear out the window.
No, I don't know where the cover is because it just completely fell out with the cover on it.
When you went to the library on Friday, the first time you went, you were instructed to read the conditions of issue of library books. All right. On this occasion, because it is an older book, and I've had a word with the library officer, okay, what we're going to do is just warn you as the events of the future. If it happens again, then we'll put it in front of the governor, let him deal with it, which you'll probably find out that it'll have to pay for the book, yeah, repair the book, and probably not use the library for, a specified period of time. Okay, so find yourself lucky. In future, if you damage it, then we'll have no option to put it in front of the governor, let him deal with it. Okay? Yeah. Any problem?
Yes, sir.
Quite happy?
Yes, sir.
Right, you've still got the other books you were issued with,
Yes, sir.
about another 3, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
And they're okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. That'll do. All right. Just be aware the next time you do it.
Watch your backs! Lock on, shut up. What's the twist in my arm, Ginger? Quiet. I'm a safe thing, but I'm not struggling. Hey, on your knees. Throw your lead on. Take your time. Take your time, love. Okay. Ow! Ow! What's this? Shut up! Shut your mouth. It's pushing my arm. Shut up! It's pushing my arm too much, boss. Okay, that's 4. Right, 1 on the way to 7. And if we go with 4, 1 on the way to 7, over. Hang on me the hospital, officer. Well, shut up! I don't want to hear another word. Next from my Delta 4, the member of staff for his work, medical treatment on Unit 6. Over. Roll call. Just calm down, sunshine. I'm not struggling. Well, stop jumping about. I'm safe, man. If you let go, I'll walk. No, there's no safe walking. You ain't walking nowhere.
I used to go out on a Saturday night to our local nightclub in the intention of having a fight. I can guarantee there was a fight there, so that was my general intention when I went out at night time to fight at the end of it.
Nowadays, you have to fight, you get a blade in your
If I go out with a girl though, and I'm purposely going out with a bird, I don't look for trouble. I try and go in the low, out of the way pubs in the back streets where I knew that people won't be looking for a fight. Mix with the older people. Depends what intention you go out with at night time and what frame of mind you go in. If you go in a bit of a pissed off mood, a bit of a bad day at work or whatever, and it builds up in the pub, you either go home in a depression and pissed off, you had a couple of pints and you think, fuck it, it's rubbish in here, it's quiet night, I'm going home to bed. Or you let it build up, you get more drunker, someone starts staring, you think, what the fuck is he staring at? And it builds up, and anyway, then you start getting in more of a frame to fight. It's take on the world. You don't see anything other than red. You just want to belt them or whatever.
Would like to give you a go at trying to keep calm in certain situations. So if you could, I mean obviously there's only 4 of you, if you could get into pairs, it'd be easier if you get into the pair with the person you're sitting next to. And we've got some cards with certain situations on. Most of them we've taken from that board up there. And we'd like to give you some time to talk about it between the two of you, decide who's going to play which part and how you're going to do it. How does that sound?
Pathetic.
Well, we talked about it, so we
Well,
might as
I'm
well
gonna
give it
slag
a
his
go.
family down and we're gonna have a fight, yeah. Real good.
Even though
It
it
takes a
might,
bit of acting,
even
doesn't
though
it?
this might be even on your little bit of paper what you wrote down. At the end of the day, I might not find stuff funny and think, well, he may mean all that what you wrote down. You know what I mean?
Do you think it might help if you've had some practice in dealing with a particular, specific situation?
I think we've all had practice in dealing with these situations. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in
Okay,
it.
and how have they come out? How have you
Bringing
ended
them
up?
back again to taking the purse.
Hmm?
Bringing them back again to taking the purse.
We've fought, we've had fights. That's why I personally wouldn't be in here. That's why I've had plenty of practice in these
Right,
situations.
so what you want to do is be able to deal with a situation without fighting. Is that right? I mean, we
But
presume
we've still
that
got
because
to
you're on
go
the group.
about doing
Well,
that
I
by
don't find
slagging
this-
someone down, ain't we? I mean, the geezer I knifed. He called me a grass. I never grassed him. I'm doing 3 years for fuck all. In
And
person.
presumably you don't want to do that again.
No, because the judge wanted to sentence me to 8 years.
What about the rest of you? Presumably.
And what happens if he comes at me? I stabbed him 3 times and he still chased after me. You know what I'm saying? And I handed myself in and the old Bill took it out on me.
But you say it means in another country now, isn't he?
Yeah, but he still comes back occasionally, you know what I'm saying? He can drop in on the old pub when I'm having a drink, accidentally on purpose. And he ain't exactly the friendliest person when he's had a drink. And my old man says, oh, there's nothing to worry about. Oh, no. When I'm walking round the street on my own.
Are you going to carry an offensive weapon when you get out?
Well, that's what I'm down here for, ain't it? You know what I'm saying?
What are you going to do when you get out?
I don't
If
know.
you never had that offensive weapon though, you'd only have a punch up. I mean...
No, if I wouldn't have had that offensive...
Somebody else carrying one, isn't it?
If I wouldn't have had that offensive weapon, right, I wouldn't have got out of that corner alive.
If I was losing and I carried a knife or any offensive weapon, I'd pull it. Because you...
Do you reckon you only carry an offensive weapon if you intend to use it?
Well, yeah, the majority of people, even if they never intended to use it in the first place, they just carried it for kind of to feel secure. But when they started losing and humiliated, that's where humiliated will come into it again, they would pull a knife because it was getting hurt. I know I personally would pull a knife if I carried one.
You say you stabbed him 3 times. What happens if you got carried away? You know.
What do you mean carried away? That was bloody carried away because he never
Okay,
stopped coming.
What happens then if you stabbed him in different places and he died?
I did.
And he died.
He nearly did die.
But he didn't. What happens if he did die?
No, he didn't. 6 weeks on a life support machine. I could have pressed charges. I could have walked out of that court. I couldn't have been sitting in front of this camera.
And you don't regret what you've done?
No.
And he might have died?
Yeah.
What about visits? You get nobody to come see you?
Well, we're not live up in Scotland, you see. So I was hoping... I've had 2 letters off them and they says they'll send a radio down when they come and visit me one time, but I don't know how that'll be.
I've already emptied it. I had it on there.
Right, all your cutlery rolls on the table, please, now. Come on.
Yellow
Have you got it? Who's saying, have you got the fork?
Missing a spoon, don't ask where it is because I ain't used it.
Found it. It's fancy.
Go on then. Next time, be more careful, please. You don't want to get searched. Right, I'm afraid
afraid you're going to have to hurry up, because we're going to have to stop. Think
Thomas
about
Spoon,
eating.
if you want.
Don't worry about your drink. Come on.
Where are we? Where are we? Well, near the end of November, I've been in 7 weeks, near enough. December, I've got to do all that. Nearly, Christmas. That's going to be a bit of a downer, but my granddad's birthday is on the 27th of December, which I'm in for, which is a bit bad. I'm hoping to get out on that. I haven't done nothing wrong that will put me back so far. So.
What sort of descriptions, what things do you think of him? Do you think, well, you know, he's a poor old lad, we'll let him do it? I don't know who he is, I'll leave him alone, or I'll shut the bastard up because I'm not having none of this. Well, what goes through your mind about that lad?
Well, if someone takes a piss out of my family, they can say all they like, they're still going to get a punch. It don't bother me. I won't back down.
And that is something that everyone seems to get wound up about, isn't it? Having their family slagged down.
Yeah, but I mean, I've got a genuine reason. There's a lot of people that families are all right, mum and dad are together, things like that. But I've got no father. Mum can't work. She had a car accident 8 years ago. She can't walk very well. So that's my reason, and I do not like it.
Do people know that, or do you think it's just people who don't know you're trying to wind you up or whatever?
I'll accept that if somebody says something and I don't know, I'll tell them. But if they carry on, that's when I get mad, and that's when I bang them.
If the boy, as I expected, was a little bit dumb, if that was the case, there was a great risk that he would tell the peer group in the unit that I'm in for sex offences and there's little girls and I did this, and start to bluff about it, and he wouldn't stand a chance. I mean, he'd be beaten up. There is no doubt about it. He would be beaten up. And what you hope is that if he can bluff his way, that he will survive.
What? Nuts! Oh no!
What's your story you tell? I'd done a burglary and I nicked $4.5 grand. I heard the money up and the cop was still looking for it. I just keep quiet on that, that's it. Reading and writing, that's been coming on pretty good. I've been doing gym, weight training, and rugby and all that. I got hurt in rugby. I got kicked in the knee and they all jumped on me. I've been having laughs with the officers and all the people in here, definitely Jackson and all that. Been alright since last time you come.
Don't you? Right, when you talk and you come, you Oh, it's all a blur. Oh, no, it's not. It's all clear.
It is blue.
It's very nice. It's nice and neat, isn't it? Neat. You're getting a lot better at this, aren't you, really? That's good. Well, yes, but don't you think that's better now, how you've done those now?
I'll still rather do it that way, miss.
You still rather do it? Yeah, but when you've only got 20 pence and 30 pence to add up, it's all right putting it in a line, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if you've got lots of sums of money to add up, you could go right off the end of the page, and how can you keep it all in your mind? This is so that it's easy for you to look at and add up. That's nice and neat.
Is it?
It is. I'm quite impressed.
What do you want to do? What do you want to say?
I'd soon knock around with, but not go around hurting people, cutting people up. Yeah, only people who want to go for it. You see, because if they want to go for it, they know that, you know, obviously what the name says, you know, they carry blades. But if they're prepared to go for it, then fair enough. You know, but I won't go around.
Is it fair enough that they do that? Is that fair enough
If
that
they
these
know-
sort of lads are in?
Well, if they know that, you know what I mean, that you've got a reputation, not so me personally, but if the gang got a reputation of
If
doing
they want to
such-
keep that reputation, that's up to them, isn't it? At the end of the day, they're going to turn around and say, well, won't worth it.
Because you
It comes to you somewhere along the
They'll all
line.
come to that conclusion.
It must do. It must come to someone. Well,
Yeah.
it comes to me. It comes to me. Anyway.
I mean, I agree with you, but I just wonder as to whether everybody agrees.
Maybe they haven't reached that yet.
Yeah.
I reckon somewhere along your life you're going to say, it's all been a waste, that has. I've wasted so many years doing that. It's the wrong kind of way to be going on.
I mean, I reckon it's come to me.
The longer it goes on, the harder it is to start again as well.
That's right.
That's right.
You've got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now, you asking me that question.
Yeah. One white vest.
Yeah.
One skids.
Yeah.
One PE vest. 2 socks.
Okay, and the next.
What are you on about? 2 towels, 2 skids.
2 skids.
1 white vest. 1 blue tee, 1 socks. 1 work shirt. He's only a little lad. That was a bit full, boss.
Yeah.
Tell them what you're in for.
What's he in for?
ADH on the door.
Get a size 14.
I'm going to get 14. Aye, Jimmy.
Merry Christmas. Right. Had them all.
That's it.
That's it. Yes, you can mark some up.
Oh, look at him, we're singing.
Oh
yeah,
my God,
man.
Savannah! Don't puff it over here, because I don't like fucking smoke, man.
Tough.
It ain't tough. Yeah, the music come on then. Right, Bella.
Is that much force needed to use on my hand?
Will you shut up?
Okay.
Let's take it easy now, lads.
Alright, boss.
You only need 3 officers, and you don't need to put a lot of pressure on or anything. The only time he is in a lot of pain is if he struggles.
Ah! You're gonna snap my wrist. You're gonna snap
It won't snap, don't worry about it.
He's held in arm locks, wrist locks, and his head is held slightly down. That stops him kicking, it stops him struggling. Before we used this method, it was a matter of having 5 or 6 officers and taking a leg and an arm each and carrying him while he was struggling.
Somebody take my hat, please. Thank you. No, over that leg. Now, listen to what I'm going to say.
I know, boss.
Straight down.
Straight down.
Feet out.
Feet out.
No, legs together. Right. You didn't struggle the way you came. Okay. You're safe. Don't tear.
Please don't
Take it from the wall. Right, son. Yes, up. I see you've been tweaked before, haven't you?
Yes, boss.
Yes, you certainly have.
You were the person who did it as well, boss.
Probably was, yeah. And again. Raise your legs up.
Alright, boss.
Okay. Now listen, son.
Don't play.
When I move over here, you stay where you are.
Don't play it.
Right.
Can you also imagine you've just been told that you're not getting a visit, you've been expecting a visit all week, and you've just found out that you're not getting a visit? Okay, can anyone think what they would be feeling?
upset, but I don't think it would provoke my anger into fighting, just move in.
That's me.
And how would you feel if you found out you hadn't got a visit?
Sticking me fist through a window.
Go up there and turn right at the top.
How many have you?
Two.
Two, please.
What do you do about the radio?
Down along the left, sir. There's an officer down there. I'll take it from you down there.
Thank you.
Hello. All right.
Don't cry. I'm trying not to cry anyway.
Hey?
I'm trying not to cry as well. You're not dead. Yeah.
I got your radio.
Yeah, I know.
Hey?
You seen it? Hey? Hang on. Bailey? Yeah. My mum? My dad?
When I put the phone down on you, did I do this to you?
No.
Think about it, Lee.
No, because you're here by me. Because you're here with me now.
No, but when I put the phone down on you, when I said that you can make your bed, you can lie on it, and you did the offence afterwards.
Yeah, I know.
I've done it to you, haven't I?
No. I've done it by doing a crime. But I've told these other lads that I've done it.
No, listen. I'm not on about other lads, I'm on about you and me.
Yeah, I know.
Face to face, like.
Yeah. I've done the crime. It's my fault. I've done it.
But I put the phone down on you.
Yes, I know. Don't worry about that.
Eh?
Don't worry about that. I'll be home soon.
But you wouldn't have been here if I hadn't done that.
Yes, I know, Mum.
See?
Just said no, didn't I?
Well, it's sort of, but mostly my fault. And about a fifth of Mum's, an eighth of Mum's. See, I'm learning all these amounts by tobacco. Because you can buy out.
So it shows if I'd have put that phone down,
I'd have been up and alright.
you wouldn't have been in here, would you? So it's my... So
No, it's not only your fault, it's my fault as well. Because I thought I could lead in my own life.
Couldn't, could you?
Sad, isn't it? Very emotional, happy. I'd like to see him in a couple of months. Because I'd like them to come down every fortnight, but they've got their own lives to lead in their jobs. So, it's like me, when I walk through, they don't ask me my name. They just know it off by heart, 509 Smith. And that's it.
No one can miss me. No one can miss you.
They don't even ask me my name, they just go,
why they got
and that's
white
it,
and white
automatically.
And they cut in your hair.
When? Oh, I wondered that, but we was on bang up, so I couldn't have my hair cut.
What were you on bang up for?
You normally have bang up.
What's bang up?
Well, you're in your cell, right? Today we're out, but tonight we won't be.
Why?
Tomorrow we will be.
Why? Is it a privilege, is it?
Association, more than you know, in Lincoln, we only could have association 3 nights a week. I mean, 2 nights a week, on the weekend.
What's association?
Where you can watch TV, play pool and snooker, and darts.
Every other night it is.
Someone that's been in here plenty of times, they sort of like treat it like home, but no way. It's no way home. It's completely different, I tell you. Just wish you were out there breathing fresh air and everything. You only can do that when you're walking to the gym or anything. But apart from that, to see the outside world, it's going to be scary.
Right, lovely.
See what I mean? I've got to go on, I nearly taller than you now.
Look after yourself, put you.
Ciao.
Take a biggie out, you know.
Remember no tears.
Eh? Come on then.
Get your purse. You're right then. I don't know where to go back. Come on, hey, when you got to go back?
See you later then, Doc. I'll see you soon anyway.
Yeah.
That's good. See you.
Yeah. Look after yourself, won't you?
Huh?
There's none in there, love.
See you in a couple of months.
I'll write to you. Yeah. Ta-ra, love.
Ta-ra.
See you later, Dad.
Aye, ta-ra, love. See ya. Hey, no tea, Dad.
If we're serious about people maintaining contact, maintaining family links and so on whilst they're going through a sentence, going back, as I said, particularly with somebody serving a long sentence, then I think it probably is necessary for them to be able to embrace at the beginning and end of a visit, to hold their child, to communicate as near as possibly to a normal visit, a normal circumstance, a normal conversation. But if you do that, then there's a price to pay, and the price must be that contraband, particularly controlled drugs, can be easily passed in those circumstances. Our standing orders actually say that prisoners are allowed to embrace at the beginning and end of a visit. As soon as you say that, you are saying that drugs can come into prison.
Well, it's passed different ways, but like, I was about to say the way I do it, isn't it? Like, they have a girlfriend I put in her mouth, and I'll just kiss her like, and pass it over and I'll just swallow it. Or like if you got a kid, if you've seen it on the visits, but like, they put it in the kid's pocket and they pass the kid over to the dad, and the dad just takes it out of the pocket. Or like another way is to see me your shorts or your pants, like, you know the thick thing, just like if you just get a razor, just cut down the side, put it all in your pocket of your trousers, just push it in, and when you get through, like the officer doesn't actually touch you, so he's not going to see it or feel it. That's another way of getting it, but that's only if you're getting a little bit in. If you're getting a fair bit in, you want to swallow it.
Tobacco tends not to be the currency now. Many other things, but cannabis among them. But cassette tapes and all sorts of other things are currency, but cannabis is a very powerful currency in prison and gives a lot of power to the person who controls the cannabis supply. So it's not only the effect of the abuse of the drug, it's the power in the hands of the supplier.
I could very easily bring you 2 ounces in here now, easy. It's like, you know, in fact, at the minute, there's a lot on this unit at the minute. But like, no one ever gets like anything better than dope, you know. So like, if I started bringing some in myself, so I started bringing heroin in, and I don't think I wanted in the cell. So they're thinking of putting screens up on the visits. But you got these lads who go out on community service at weekend. I mean, it won't be nothing for me to get my missus to meet one of them, and he has to swallow it outside and bring it back in for me. So like, there's no way around it. Like, a prisoner will never stop drugs getting into prison. No way.
I started getting false credit out on that, cashing checks, until all that had gone. I started then on another identity, did the same thing, carried on doing that for about 3 months before I got caught. I got caught for that offence, which was £15,000 credit fraud.
Hey man. Nah. I do my gas till I get out of state. I do my gas till I get out the gates. Get the civvies. Yeah, go on then. Yeah, cheers, Ad. Yeah, see your kid then. Does he look like you? Does he look like you? See you then, mate. Oh, you lazy knob. I'll see you in January when you get out, mate. Yeah. We're going for a pint after being down to see Arthur, alright? Safe.
Prison's no less, it just takes time off your hands. All they do it for is to like make you look at what you've done,
But while you're in here, you're too busy doing other things, like getting on with life. Just trying to live the best you can in here. So it's not really a lesson, it just it might stop and make you think for a bit, but most of the time you're just too busy living and getting by in here to recognise that you've been put here for punishment.
Morning, sir. Good morning. 2 for discharge.
Chadwick and Williamson, yeah. Here you go, Chadwick.
Morning, Chadwick. Time we go.
Everyone asks you what you're in for, how you did it. And you ask them what you're in for and how they did it. You just pick up tricks of the trade.
Gee, what? You're going home. Chadwick! Down there. I think you're unless you want to take everything off. Chuck them all in that tub. Shoes, the fucking lot. Wrap that round your waist, go and get your kit. Too big.
Alright, what's your name?
Chadwick.
It's cold outside, boss, I ain't got a jacket. More than likely.
Yeah.
See the SO when you go through?
Yeah.
You had a clothing board, but you declined it, didn't you? Okay, well, that's the only thing we're holding for you. The rest of the stuff you've got, you're quite happy with everything.
Yeah.
Sign there. You've got no comeback on
Chuck
the
that in the
prison
bin.
service now.
Chuck that in the bin.
Okay? As long as you had it. Go across there and go and see the governor before you go out.
Okay. Nice one, John. Telephone. Wait there now, Chadwick.
One more name to the governor.
Chadwick, JG 1564.
And your date of birth?
16th of the 8th, 69.
Court and place where you were sentenced?
Not in Crown Court, sir.
And what was that sentence?
12 months.
Just sign there. I'll see you again.
Yeah, safe.
Anderson Journal 727.
Will you all sit down, please? Are there any witnesses you're going to want to call on your behalf?
Yes.
What are the names?
Fleming and Burton.
Fleming and Burton. Thank you. You understand the procedure now you've had a chance to read it?
Yes.
If at any point you don't understand, you must say so. And have you made any written answer to the charge?
No.
Would the clerk read out the charge, please?
The charge is committing an offence under YOI Rule 50, Para 1, commits any assault, i.e. at 0900 hours on the 20th of February 1990 at Unit 1, it was found you had assaulted GN2 027 Totten and JG 1420 Cartledge.
Are you going to plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Not guilty. Would the reporting officer give us the evidence, please?
Sir, at about 0900 hours on the 20th of February 1990, in Unit 1, GN 2027 Totten and JG 1420 Cartledge complained they had been assaulted over the past week on a few occasions by GN 070 Anderson, who was accompanied by other trainees. Assaulted trainees say they were punched about the body, had towels flicked at them, and had painful locks applied to their hands and arms. The assaults took place within Unit 1. That's the evidence, sir.
One of the main things is bullying for gain. Because they're stronger, force them to hand over their tobacco, sweets, anything that they purchase from the canteen. And in fact, I've even known them to take their dinners or their puddings off them, really.
And we know what's going on, but you can't prove it because the lad won't complain about it.
They started off coming to my door and everything saying, "We know what you're in for." I would say, "What?" I says, "You're Granny Bash, aren't you?" He says, "No." You know, denying it all the way, and then I says, "We've got proof and everything." One time I was in the gym, this lad turned around, whang straight on my back and everything. Gave me a sort of a slap and a punch at the same time in the back, leading me into a fight, but I wouldn't fight back. And everybody calls me a nonce and everything. Sometimes they just spit in my face and all that, which the bosses don't know about.
Give your full name and number to the board.
JG 142 Cartledge, sir. There was Anderson, Greenaway, Ferguson, Parmenter. Anderson got me by the thumb, tweaked me. Greenaway and Ferguson punched and kicked me, and Parmenter joined in as well. I shouted when he first had me, but he says, "If you shout some more, I'll give you an order." There's someone else has come.
I was beaten in the servery by him. The boot room on Unit 1. And in the dormitory at South 2's dormitory on Unit 1.
In the past, how did you respond to these beatings? This is not the first time. It happened several times, I assume. In the past, prior to you reporting this, how you responded to this?
I weren't too bothered about it at first. They did hurt and things. But I was just too scared to go up to an officer and tell them about it. And I thought it high time that something be done about it.
Right. Keep together and come to the big gate.
Right, cheers, boss.
Yeah!
Yeah, let's do a runner.
It ain't that cold, you know.
Nah, it isn't.
My fucking feet. These trainers are too...
This is safe, you know. This is safe. I'm buzzing to fuck.
Yeah.
Keep me down. Here, I'll get the wall. What is it, time?
Oh, no. Yeah, up there.
Jailbird. Cooper. Open the
Open the gate.
Come on. Come on.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, you know it.
All right.
They picked up.
Oh, shit.
Hey.
Yeah? This is Sergeant from Romford Police Station. We've got a warrant for your arrest.
No.
You're not obliged to say anything unless you wish to do so. What you say, put in writing and give them evidence. Hey, how comes I weren't told about this then? It's a warrant for having magistrate courts for non-appearance.
That's for your rights.
No, I really fear when I'm in custody. Pardon? Really fear when
You can suit that now, you know.
KP2 198 Greenaway. Matthew Greenaway.
You'll sit down, please. I'm going to ask Mr. Young of the reporting officers to give his evidence.
Sir, at about 0900 hours on the 20th of February 1990, in Unit 1, GN 2027 Totten and JG 1420 Cartledge complained they had been assaulted over the past week on a few occasions by KP 2198 Greenaway, who was accompanied by other trainees. Assaulted trainees say they were punched about the body, had towels flicked at them, and had painful locks applied to their hands and arms. The assault took place within Unit 1. That's the evidence, sir.
What reasons, Mr. Young, would you think that this young man has been charged with this offence?
The reasons are 2 people have complained about him. They were assaulted by him in the company of other trainees who formed a gang to assault these 2 lads. And probably others, I don't know, sir. But these are the only 2 who have complained.
You know the situation that Greenway has been charged with assaulting you and at least one other inmate. You're willing to give evidence in this matter. Would you like to tell us what has happened to you?
So, I had no job, sir. I was wing cleaning. I was walking to the landing 1 on Unit 1, outside the dorm. Greenaway, Anson and Ferguson, Parmenter. Anson grabbed me by the thumb, tweaked me. Greenaway and Ferguson started punching and kicking me. And Parmenter did as well.
Why didn't you report it to begin with?
Because if I reported it, then nothing got done about it anyway.
So why did you report it after 2 or 3 days?
Because when you've got another witness against you, you've got a good case, and when there's only one, it's a waste of time.
So you waited for it, you were looking around waiting for another
Yeah.
incident to take place before you actually decided to report it?
Because if there's one of you, no, it's going to get done about it. They're going to turn a blind eye, but there's 2, and then that's something's going to get done.
Okay.
What, in your opinion, why you think they should pick on you particularly? What, in your opinion, you think why they should pick on you in particular?
They don't, they just go around and pick on everybody. They've done it to quite a few people on unit. Just go around and pick on them, and that's it. Beat them up, and that's it. Just go to another one, beat them up, and another one. Keep going on like that all the time. It's not on.
Hello, it's me.
Oh, just
Are you all right?
Glen Parva just rung with shout. Yeah, just
Yeah.
rung up. Have you got a lot of pennies or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna get on the train at 1 minute to 11.
1 minute to 11.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'll get into Nottingham on the platform, right?
Yeah.
About 20 to 12.
Oh, you're right. Oh,
Yeah, buzzing.
Oh, I've been thinking, buggered. I've been thinking all day, all last night. Oh, something wrong.
I was awake all last night.
Was you?
Yeah.
Do you miss your mum and dad?
Terribly, yeah. Sometimes when I've got nothing to read, just open my drawer up and read through the letters. Brings back good old times when we was on the out.
At 0900 hours on the 20th of February 1990, at Unit 1, it was found you had assaulted GN 2027 Totten and JG 1420 Cartledge.
Do you understand the charge?
Yes, sir.
Have you had enough time to prepare your answer to it?
Yes, sir.
And do you wish to be considered for legal representation?
Not this moment, I think.
And are you going to plead guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Yeah, he gave me a beating with a couple of other lads in the dormitory, so whilst I was cleaning it. The last occasion was in the shower room where he whipped me with a towel with another inmate. I'd like to call Pascal as a witness to this. He was there all the time. He'll be able to explain to you in detail what happened.
Yes, he is. Your full name and number to the board.
GN1082, Pascal, sir. Thank you, Pascal. You know that you've been asked to bear witness to a matter which is said to have occurred about 2 or 3 weeks ago involving Totten and 1 or 2 other people in the shower area. Yes, sir. Now, you understand you don't have to give any evidence unless you wish to do so. Are you prepared to give evidence?
No, sir.
Pardon?
No, sir.
You're not prepared to give evidence?
No.
Right. That's right.
I was going on to the ones on Unit 1, outside the dorm. Same again. There's all the rest, Parmenter, Greenaway and all them, Ferguson and Anson. They had me. Parmenter jumped on me and started hitting me with the rest of them.
Have you got any witnesses to this?
I don't need witnesses, because when you lot are doing that, no one will come on the landing with it. No one will come near you when you start picking on people.
If you want to make any question, I would do it with me and I'll ask the question. I don't want an argument between you, see. It's quite clear that what Cartledge has said, and whether it's true is another matter. That's for you to decide, and it's for us to decide. But he's entitled to state that. And I think it's not unreasonable if, in fact, if lads are being picked off one by one, that's the sort of thing that does tend to happen. You know, I've been in this business quite a long while, and I'm not a prison officer, but I know that people who do gang up on lads don't do it when there's a group of them or when there's officers about.
Well, there's one thing, sir. Pascal has decided he doesn't want to give evidence.
He decided he doesn't.
Apparently so, sir.
Well, if he wishes to do so, he'll be brought in.
Yeah. We shall have to bring Tom back in.
Bullying does take place, undoubtedly, in all prisons, especially with young people. It's very difficult to find sufficient evidence. Inmates are rarely prepared to give evidence against other inmates because they're seen as grasses by other inmates and by officers sometimes. And sometimes officers take the attitude, well, you've got to be able to look after yourself in this situation anyway.
Put your name again to the board.
GN1 082 Pascal, sir.
Thank you, Pascal. Now, you heard what I said previously. You don't have to give evidence unless you wish to do so. Are you now prepared to give evidence?
Yes, sir.
What made you change your mind?
Because I felt bad about coming in here saying I didn't know nothing when I did.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to question you about what you might know about some assaults which took place by various inmates on two particular inmates, Totten and Cartledge. Do you know anything, or were you present when either of those young men was assaulted?
One of them, sir.
Which one was assaulted when you were there?
Totten, sir.
Whereabouts did this take place?
In the association shower, sir.
Are you quite sure that Parmenter was involved in this?
Yes, sir.
What about any previous occasions when you've seen bullying going on either Totten or Cartledge?
Yeah, well, I have seen Totten being beaten up before.
By who?
On a number of occasions, I did different people.
Would you know the names?
Yeah, I do know the names, yeah.
Are you prepared to give them?
Well, no.
I repeat, you don't have to give this evidence unless you wish to do so. Be given every protection possible.
Pardon?
You'll be given every protection possible if you require it.
No,
but you don't have to do so unless you wish to do so.
No, sir, I don't need protection.
Right, okay. Anything further you wish to say?
Yeah, just, there's no need for what happened in there. As I said, Parmenter was mainly, like, being one of the lads, getting in there with them to try and probably be friends or whatever by doing it, but Parmenter didn't really want to do what he did do. At the time, it was mainly Ferguson that drawed him in to what he did do.
Let me say, Pascal, I think it's quite courageous of you to come and give this evidence. It's not an easy thing for an inmate to give evidence against another inmate. I'm sure it wouldn't happen unless you could see there was a good reason why it had to be done.
Yes, sir. Well, I felt bad going out knowing that it was on my conscience and he's in the dorm with me, and I lied saying I didn't know anything when I did.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir.
That's it. That's right.
It's been bad.
No, don't do that.
Because I've been frightened to fight back.
And if you do fight back, you'll be up before the governor?
Yes, which I do not want.
What would that mean if you were up before the governor?
I'd lose days. Well, this lad, he had a fight and he got caught and he got sent to the governor and he got 5 days suspended, which means if he got into trouble again, he'd lose 5 days, which I do not want to lose any days at all.
You will sit down, please. And then we'll listen to all the evidence during the course of the day, particularly in your case, and we find you guilty of these offences of assaults on 2 inmates. We're going to ask the governor now to give a report on your conduct while you've been in prison, and in Glen Parva or wherever, and then we shall make a decision.
Mr. Chairman, GNO 720 John Timothy Anderson is 19 years of age and is currently serving 30 months detention in the Young Offenders Institution. He was sentenced at Stafford Crown Court on the 29th of July 1988. He has 15 previous governor's reports, including 2 previous assaults on inmates, and a number for abuse to staff. He also has one for failing to return to the prison after a temporary release, and one for being in possession of an implement for smoking cannabis. Unit conduct report. He was moved to Unit 1 from Unit 10 in October 1988 due to bullying other inmates on Unit 10. There has been no real improvement since then, and he's been on Governor's report regularly. It is thought by staff that Anderson is the major figure in Unit 1 in the taxing and bullying that goes on. But until now, not enough evidence has been put forward for any action to be taken.
Assaults and bullying of inmates is something we will not tolerate in Glen Parva if we can possibly stop it. You clearly tried to intimidate and bully other inmates. You must take the consequences of your own actions. We've taken into account one or two things. One is the fact that cartilage only mentions one assault by you, and you were not involved in the assault on Totten in the showers. On the other hand, you've had a very bad record while you've been in Glen Parva. You'll lose 56 days remission. Right, we go. You all sit down, please. Well, we've heard all the evidence screened and we have decided that you are guilty of these offences. We're going to ask you two things. One, do you wish to say anything further about the matters that have taken place? Because we have to make a decision about you. Is there anything you want to say in what we say in mitigation? In other words, to lessen any punishment that might be given to you? Any reason why we should give a lower punishment than we might otherwise done?
No, sir.
We're going to hear from the Governor then as to your record while you've been in Glen Parva and in custody, and we'll take that into account in coming to a decision.
6 previous Governor's reports against this young man, 1 for a previous assault on an inmate, 1 for possession of a controlled drug, 1 for failing to report back to the prison after temporary release, 2 for damage to the fabric of the establishment, and 1 for abusive language. Unit conduct report says that it comes as no surprise to the unit staff that he is charged with this. Whenever a name can be elicited from the victims of bullying in the unit, Greenaway's name is usually amongst those names.
Oh, Greenway, assaults and bullying of inmates will not be tolerated at Glen Parva so far as we can possibly stop it. You and others have clearly tried to intimidate and bully other inmates, and you must take the consequences of your actions. In view of the fact your actual record has only involved 1 assault, and you were not involved in the showers, where what we consider quite a serious matter took place, you will lose 49 days remission. Right. We'll sit down, please. Well, Parliament, we've heard all the evidence that's given during the course of the day, and we find you guilty of the assaults on inmates. Is there anything you wish to say which will help us to come to a decision about what award to make? In other words, you can say something in what we say in mitigation. In other words, is there any excuse you can offer for your conduct? Would you help us to come to a fair decision?
I'm a bit surprised I got found guilty, but this is my first time in trouble. And you found me guilty, so I'm sorry for things. Never happen again.
Until recently, very recently, you've had a very, very good record. You've allowed yourself to be dragged into a gang of bullies who intimidated other lads in your unit. Life can be very hard for some of the lads here if they allow themselves to be bullied, and you've taken some part in that. You can thank another inmate for the fact that he said words which helped your case, which suggested your part was a relatively small one. For that reason, you'll lose 21 days remission. And we hope we'll never see you in this position again, and we're pretty sure you won't be. Right?
If I get all 3 back, nothing will have changed in the unit. They will still be regarded as the kingpins. If they'd got away with it, I would have had real problems. Real problems. They'd have taken back where they left off, if you like. The people who had given evidence against him would have been at risk. We would have had to move them out. Yeah, big problems that would have caused.
My group officer, he says, what you ought to do is act more mature than you are. And then you'd go a lot more further. So...
How does he mean act more mature?
To pull my socks up and take life as it comes, a bit like... How can I explain? Don't take things to heart and everything. Just do your time, get knuckled down to it and everything. But sometimes I can't stand that because I've been here 5 months now. It's been alright now and then, but not anymore. When they found out what I've been for and everything, it's just been hell.
Oh!
You all right,
Don't do it again. Don't do it again.
Smith! Please sit down. Okay. What's your first name?
Lisa.
Lee?
Yes, sir.
L-E-E-E?
Yes, sir.
What about your health at the moment? Is there anything particularly worrying you about it? I see you smoke. There's a cigarette behind you.
Yes, sir, but that's about it. I drink and smoke, but not both at the same time.
Alright, they take the body on Century. Davison, Clark, and Northampton Magistrate Court tomorrow morning. Correct, we're very late now. This one's also in blue. Just grab a kickball.
And a jumper. And down in the change room, have a shower. Change. There you go.
This way.
I'll just go through a few facts here. Yeah, Lee Colin Smith, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Now, for a start, we do away with the say bit. Right, Mr. McGuire, you know. We're not in the army. I'm your group officer. I'm not your father. I'm not here to hand you through the sentence. I'm here to help you, that's all. Now, there's a jungle law in this place. And part of it is if you don't play ball, you get your head stove in.
Come in, man, come in! You alright, Mom? Dad? Happy Christmas!
My mum and dad live up in Scotland, you see, so I was hoping I've had 2 letters off them and they said they'll send a radio down and they'll come and visit me one time, but I don't know when that'll be.
Yeah, one of the things which you may feel is that it's difficult to forgive yourself. But we believe nothing is too serious to be forgiven. That God does love us and care for us and He will forgive. And we can learn then to forgive ourselves and regrow as a person and in our own self-esteem. So when we leave here, we go out new people with a different aspect of life and
That's what my dad said. They said, well, you can forgive, but you can never forget. Well, I've just been taken off the gym course because Mum and Dad are coming tomorrow and I've been sick 2 times and they don't sort of agree to that, but I'm just excited that Mum and Dad are coming down. They don't seem to accept it.
Are you disappointed about not being on the course?
I am and I'm not, because it was too much for me. Because as it says at the beginning of the course, you've got to push yourself to the limit. And I seem to can't do that. It's sort of like, so.
Why don't you find something that you know that you can do? Why do you always go for something that's actually beyond you at this moment in time?
To make me tougher while I'm in here. To make myself have more confidence in myself and everything.
Visitors for Smith, Bennett, Gray, Nisha.
Don't start crying again, don't start crying. Where's Danny? Didn't Danny come down?
Well, there is still doing it.
I asked if I could go sea fishing, but they wouldn't let me.
No.
I got your letters.
Yeah. You're getting used to it now. No.
4 more months to go to my parole. 4 more months to go to my parole. Mr. McBride says, if I don't get any more governors, yeah, if I don't get any, minors don't count towards parole.
Eh?
Minors don't count towards parole. You know, getting into trouble with a PO and all that. But the governor, it does. You know what I mean?
Bad one.
Yeah. So if I don't get any more anything, he says there's about, what is it, 75% I should be able to get my parole. And then be out for August.
For August?
Yeah.
Definitely for August.
Yeah, I'll tell you the date.
I'm certain that when he goes out to prison, he will say, I'm not coming back here. But I think given the same set of circumstances, I've no doubt at all, he will, in his own mind, think, well, this is the only way out. I might just get away with it, you know. I'm sure he's very, very sorry for what he did, you know. I'm certain he is. But at the end of the day, given the same set of circumstances, instead of standing up on his own 2 feet, he'll go out and he could very well do the same sort of crime. Perhaps he may pick his mark a bit better, you know. He says he didn't know she was so old, but, you know, I can tell an old lady from a young lady.
And it says, Dennis Taylor taking off the glasses like that and going, like that, playing snooker. And then there's Joe Johnson, like that. And I was taking a look out of the script, you know, the officers and all that. And they took it as a laugh and everything.
He's funny. He's amusing, you know. And he's very, very respectful to me, you know. He talks to me, and we've had a good hour talk the week before I went to Preston. And I told him another group officer was taking over, and I explained to him, you know. And he says all the right things. I'm not going to do it anymore. You know, there's the last time you'll find me in here. And but I'm doing a bit of fence sitting here. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, okay. Right. 53. We just got Simpson back off the block. Just keep an eye on him. Other than that, no problems. We got rid of Hussein.
He's
from
not
last
there?
night.
Oh.
On 2-3.
Unit 7. Right.
That's it, really. Nothing to report.
Just one kitchen.
One kitchen in the morning, yeah. All right. Be good. Enjoy yourself.
Should be no problem.
Should be no problems.
It's a matter of great regret that on Christmas Eve, a young man of 18, awaiting sentence, took his own life in one of the remand units. He hanged himself, in fact.
It was, the whole thing occurred Christmas Eve, and I was about to go off duty, and to find such a tragic situation, you know, late Christmas Eve, affected me quite a bit. The fact that it was Christmas, a time for celebration and time to spend with your family. Christmas Day, I just had this terrible image of this young man who'd thrown away his life, and it was extremely difficult to share the spirit of Christmas with the family.
Number 12, don't forget. Stop it! You want to fucking you for today, you dancing, you want...
My concern, naturally, is with the legalities of it, obviously informing police, coroner's officer, and so on, and next of kin. But we have to be aware of the effect it has on our staff, particularly those staff who are the ones who discover the suicide. And with the 2 young officers who discovered this young man on Christmas Eve,
They were both young, not only in years, but young in service. So obviously a very unpleasant and traumatic event for them.
I think the problem with the prison service is that it's always been enveloped in this macho image. You have to have that to a certain extent to, you know, keep your own defences going. But unfortunately, this does affect situations like that. I had some support from my unit manager, but as a whole, I don't think there's any sort of set policy in support, counselling, aftercare for staff. In the two occasions that I'm aware of where people have lost their lives, the aftercare was very poor. And we certainly could do with something in these rare situations.
Bit of order, please. Bit of order in the bar. Welcome to Glen Parva Social Club. We all know we're here for, what's his name? What's his face? Scouse kid. John. Mick McGuire, sorry. He's leaving now. We've imported a special guest star all the way from America just to be with you tonight. A 1960s wizard on the old guitar. May I introduce our guest star? You're on.
There's a tape on, there's a tape on.
Okay, right on. So, I'd like to say, I have got one of my old jamming partners here tonight to do a number with me, which is sort of loosely connected with you. And we're going to do it for you ladies and gentlemen who have come so far to celebrate this man's departure here. And I think I'd rather be starving down in Africa than face that small-kneed bastard known as Mick McGuire. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, this part of the show, I want to introduce to you a very special guest star, all the way from the small screen of America, lovely Delilah! Go! Hurry! Get your heart out!
I'd come in this job for a bet. People wouldn't believe it, but I had a bet when I was a bus driver that I'd never make a screw, and for a laugh, I went to it. I lost from start to finish, me.
He was a brilliant group officer. But whenever I've done something wrong, he would say, "You pro," but it's like my dad. It's like a stepfather when I was in here.
We thought, well, shall we have a statue erected? Shall we get something, you know, shall we get someone to paint you? Well, no. We found the ideal thing for you. Mr. Squidgy Bum. The lads on the unit thought this really looked more like you than anything they've ever seen.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning. Morning.
Morning, sir.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Doctor.
11 on at the moment.
Thank you. Just got one in the protected room, is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go down and see it.
Good morning, how are you? Feeling a bit better now? Yes, all right, okay, thank you.
That's it, sir.
No more, right. Morning. Morning. Have a wander around. Is this part of your art group?
Who's, are you two lads doing it? Yeah. No! Yeah, come over here.
On your mouth. Give you the air or something. Yeah, on your arms over your back? Yeah. Okay.
You're going out on a temporary release for a CSV interview.
Yeah.
The licence has been explained to you and you fully understand it.
Yeah.
That's your copy of the licence. Keep that with you throughout the day. You must return back here to 3:15 this afternoon. You
Sure.
understand that?
Sure.
Go down to Birmingham to have an interview for CSV camp.
And what does that mean?
You go down for the interview, tell him whereabouts you want to go, and then they'll try and sort your placements out, and then I'll go to a placement for 28 days on like a pre-parole, and then like work there as a volunteer, and then go back to the prison after I've finished.
They trust you to do this on your own, do they?
Yeah, they give you the trust to come out and go back.
If you don't go back, what will happen?
Well, you're classed as an absconder, and you're like liable to be arrested, but you'd be done for fail to return, as opposed to abscond, because they've let you out the gate, you've just not come back through it. So.
I also noticed from your application form you've had quite a bit of work experience really in different areas. Hotel maintenance, shoe factories, store manager, general sales assistant.
Yeah.
How old was you with your first job? And how did you get into that?
15.
So quite a lot of responsibility then at that age.
Yeah, and then I got caught like teething out of rooms.
Oh right.
And I took advantage of the
That's what
situation.
stuck to that then.
Just a bit. They didn't prosecute me though.
Was there any reason for getting involved with that sort of stuff? Were the wages low? Or?
No, I mean the wages are right. It's just I went into a room once and there was just a big wad of money on the side, and like an idiot, I just picked it up, put it in my back pocket.
Right. Did you
No
get
one
stuck
said
straight
nothing.
away?
No one said nothing about it. I thought it was gonna be a good crack here. Like I was doing the job what I was supposed to be doing, and I was going in again, like looking around the room, and there'd be a bit of jewellery.
Right.
I could do with that, and then they twigged it with me, but they couldn't prove it with me, and they couldn't catch me in it. And they come to me one day and said, "Look, we know you're doing it," and I said, "Look, I ain't doing that." Because you're the only one who's got a master key to anywhere in the hotel, which is fair enough to let you go.
How did you get into burglaries? Seems a bit more serious than what's been going on before.
Well, all my mates were doing burglaries, now I'd have 20 quid and they'd have 200 quid now. I thought there's got to be something wrong here,
Right.
So I tried for a burglary. Got away with it for a month or something.
On your own?
First couple, and then I started doing, and we started doing creepers, having people in the house and that. You get more money and everything,
So
it was just the buzz to walk in the house when the people are there and just walk out without me even knowing.
So you was into that?
Yeah, I was into that in a big way.
The excitement from it and everything?
Yeah, the excitement, yeah. Been about 2 inches away from the geezer's face while he's fast asleep.
What would you have done if you had woke up?
Run like hell. Pick some up on the way out. But it's taught me a lesson, say that.
You think so?
Oh yeah. Because I've lost a lot while I've been in prison.
What would you say is the main thing you've lost?
Missus.
Right. And contact with family and friends, I suppose?
Yeah. I think the missus was the hardest one to get over.
Right.
Because I was with her for a long time.
You what, sorry?
I was with her for a long time.
Right.
And she just stopped writing to me, stopped coming to see me and everything.
Right.
I asked the officers on my unit if they could set me up with this job on the hospital. So now I'm the hospital orderly, looking after, you know, mental patients and such, feeding them, cleaning up cells and sweeping corridors and that. But it's okay, I mean, it's twice as much money as I was getting before. And the job suits me because I'm on my own. I'm away from everyone, which, as far as I'm concerned, is good.
How do you get on with the other inmates on your unit?
Some of them are alright. I mean, I prefer to stay out of the way because there's that much trouble always starting off that I get fed up with it, so I just stay out of the way. I mean, there's always someone after someone on the units, and to be honest, it aggravates me because a few times before I come on this job, I started to get involved in it. And that's the main reason why I got this job, because I just didn't want to get involved in it. You know? I mean, you got people barring in burn, you know, selling tobacco to other inmates at extortionate rates back. And you get other people who are just want to prove themselves, got something to prove, seem to think that, you know, that they've got to rule the unit. I mean, I'm the kind of person that's not bothered really who runs a unit and who does this and who does that, just as long as they kick me out of it. But sometimes it's hard. But it's not hard now because I've got this job. I got used to a life in here really, and I'm starting to, you know, sort of have second thoughts about when I get out now. I'm more scared of getting out than I am of staying in, which I think really is a bad thing. If I'm not bothered now about staying in here, how will I feel when I get out?
Got sacked from the stores. I was in there about 1.5 months. Went onto the gardens. Had my birthday in here, my 21st. I had Christmas in here, which was alright in this unit. Went library all day, got sacked from there, found a fight. I'm getting moved to Ramby, which is North Nottinghamshire, adults prison, which means I'm starred up. Because of my age. I've got a lot more going for me now. Like when you come into prison, it gives you another chance to start again. That's it's probably the best thing because it gets your head together. But as in anything else, it doesn't really count. Prison doesn't. It's no punishment. It's a rest.
Why do you say it's no punishment?
You've got your food, you've got a roof over your head, and you got your backer. There's only women and drink you haven't got. In my eyes. It's no punishment, is it? Women get on your nerves half the time anyway.
So it looked like we were reversing all the cars, but it was out of the road. And I went, what happened? And he realised, I didn't see the driving scene, and then he realised it was, and he looked out, and the way you know, I haven't seen it for years, right?
I'd like to settle down, but first I'm going to concentrate on a career. I'm going to do things the right way round this time. It's like before, when you start trying to bring up a family, you haven't got a job, then women tend to nag, which you've probably got cause to. This time I'm going to work on a career, and then once I've got enough money, start the family. If it works out like that, and all being well, it will. If not, I'll blame probation. I'll blame my parole officer.
We wish you luck.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Another 2.
Right.
I didn't I?
Serving officer.
Right, I'll see you around.
I says to one screw, like, you know, Mr. Walton, the woman who smokes a menthol, I says to him, I says, if I was to come up to you and call you I said, you'd nip me, wouldn't you? He says, yeah. I said, but Dave, if I was to think you couldn't nothing about it, could you? He says, no. He says, well, I think you're and walked off. He said, there's nothing they can do, you see, because, like, you've not called him a I mean, you just said, I think you're a and they can't stop you from thinking, can they?
All right, Kev.
Minutes past 7, there was another prison protest last night at Glen Parva Young Offenders Centre in Leicester.
Following the riot at the Glen Parva Young Offenders Centre last April, 6 youths are now facing a mixture of charges here at Leicester Crown Court, including unlawful violence and assaulting a prison officer causing him actual bodily harm. During the disturbance, the courts heard, £22,000 damage was caused by inmates who took control of part of the remand block for 8 hours, smashing windows and furniture, ripping cell doors from their hinges and flooding part of the block. Today, the jury's been hearing how prison officers coped with the incident after one of their colleagues was attacked and had his keys stolen. The prosecution alleged that attack was planned by a defendant who'd been moved to Glen Parva from the Strangeways prison in Manchester after a riot had broken out there the week before. The Glen Parva officers told the court how they'd had to don riot gear and move systematically through the remand block till they reached the barricades on the 3rd floor. There they received a volley of missiles, broken hand basins and toilets, piping which was jabbed at their shields, fire hoses were turned on them. Threats were apparently made that if they crossed the barricades, they'd be killed. The then Deputy Governor of the centre told the court how he'd taken control of the operation and ended the incident through his trained team's successful negotiation. The case for the defence will be heard later in this hearing, which is expected to last another 2 weeks.
And let me start by introducing myself. My name's Pat Malpass, as some of you already know. I have seen some of you in the establishment before, but others I actually haven't seen. And because you're from different units, then some of you will already know one another, and others just may not have seen anyone before at all. So maybe first of all we could just go around the table very quickly and introduce one another so we actually know who we all are.
Darren Winder.
Vincent Pleasance.
Justin Bowling.
Lee Russo.
Andy Lofty.
Robert Ball. Guy Cobb.
Anthony Thomas. Heath Sean.
Right, thanks, that's great. Now, one of the first things I must do is to ask you about accommodation and basically what's going to happen to you when you get out. Have you got somewhere to live or not? What about you?
I'll go back home.
Okay, that's fine. Fine, okay.
On me spot.
Where are you going?
Parents.
fine. Where are you going? You're going home?
Yeah, back up Scranton Monday.
Right.
I'm going back to Mrs.
Uh-huh.
I'm into my dad's.
Yep.
I'm living with my missus.
Right, okay, that's fine.
Hello. Mr. Pleasant. Right, please take a seat. Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
Right, now you've come to us with a view of a job involving farm work.
Yeah.
Can you tell me something about what sort of experience you've had in this type of work before?
I used to work out on the farm before coming here.
Right.
And all that. Used to work on the tractors and with sheep and all that.
Yeah. What sort of things doing?
Ploughing the fields and picking potatoes off the fields and all that.
Right. And what sort of work did you do with the sheep?
Used to
feed them and
feed them all that, yeah.
Yeah. Were you involved in sort of shearing and things like that? No.
Boss didn't trust me.
He didn't trust you?
No. Might cut the fruits.
Might cut the throats? Yeah. Oh well, there'll be a few lamb chops at the end of the day. Right, okay. Let's just...
If the boy, as I expected, was a little bit dumb, if that was the case, there was a great risk that he would tell the peer group in the unit that I'm in for sex offences and there's little girls and I did this, and start to bluff about it, and he wouldn't stand a chance. I mean, he'd be beaten up. There is no doubt about it. He would be beaten up. And what you hope is that if he can bluff his way, that he will survive.
I'm not fighting nothing now, except the screws have a go at me and that, for knocking about and that. But after that, I'm alright.
And have you learned anything here?
Yeah.
What sort of things
I
have you
passed my cooking test. There's bond's board. And I passed my needlework test. Friday's just gone. There's the certificates there. I got my fingers, rest my fingers in my jaw, what I sold up and that. I've done some soft toys and that. Going for a competition. That's going off. I might win some money in that, if that get anywhere. And I'm on pre-release this week. And just learned how to get the job and all that. That's about it, really.
Now, I noticed from your application form, Vince, that you've actually got criminal convictions.
I've only got one.
You've got one?
Yeah.
Can you just briefly tell me something about it?
That's a burglary.
Yeah.
I was with mates and that, and I was a bit tiddly on drink and that. I just went, we'll do a burglary with them. That's maybe who got sent down.
Right, right. So, do you think this thing would have happened if you hadn't been tiddly?
Yeah.
You think it still would have happened, do you think?
No, it wouldn't have happened.
It wouldn't have happened?
If I went with mates and had drink and that, it wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. So, would you say you had a problem with drink, or...?
I had a little problem with drink.
Mm-hmm.
And then, since I've been inside and all that, I just forgot what a bit drink now.
Hello, Mr. Barclay. Please, take a seat. Thank you. Pleased to meet you. Now, you've come to us with a view of the job as a horticultural mechanic?
Yeah.
Can you perhaps tell us something what you understand about the job?
Well, I know a lot about it, like, and I can't really explain.
Just tell me what you've done before in this type of work.
Done past the CFC, and no lawnmower blades and all that. And worked on engines before, cars and all that.
So, first of all, Barclay, how do you think you did?
Sitting up crap.
You thought you did crap?
Yeah.
Why?
I just sat there then, I'm just listening to you and saying nothing.
I think that very often these lads have a very low self-esteem, and they think that they're going to make an absolute fool of themselves on video, which is going to be recorded for everybody else to see. And I think quite a few of them opt out of the job interview situation because of that. But in actual fact, many of them, in fact most of them, do extremely well. Right, so perhaps you could tell me something about yourself then, Robert, if I can call you Robert. Some lads are very nervous, obviously, about the cameras and things like that. But I think it does give them the experience in actually having the opportunity to sit in a formal situation, having an interview. Some of the questions that we use are relevant questions that would be used on a proper interview on the out. What I'm going to try to do this afternoon is to base the lesson around sexually transmitted diseases. If you do go to the VD clinic, they can test for syphilis and they can test for gonorrhea as well. They'll only sort of take blood off of you and do the test for that disease which you specifically asked for.
That goes for sheep and all. You'd better off staying a virgin, really, wouldn't you, man?
Sorry?
You'd better off staying a virgin.
Staying a virgin?
Well, the way you carry on, you're better off. I'm being serious.
Read this one before you go.
Is the lass disappointed at you getting sent down?
Yeah.
She is. Do you think she'll stand by you? I'm sure she will.
Yeah, said she would.
There's no risk of a Dear John then. You know what a Dear John is, don't you?
No,
I have gone, huh?
No risk of that.
No risk. Well, that's good, because a lot of the youths can't handle that.
I don't know. Like, if I get depressed on the out, I go around and hit someone, I'm guaranteed to come back inside, so what's the point? If I ever get really depressed, I'll say, okay, I'll come back in.
So you come back in because you're depressed and because you know you have everything, or more or less everything, done for you in here?
That's correct.
Are you saying that you can't survive on the out?
I can survive on the out, yeah. But it's like an holiday, isn't it? It gets me away from people for a while.
On the out, when you get depressed, you think about the lads and the laughs you've had inside. Because every time you come in, it's the same people inside over here. You just do something and you get picked up.
I've met a lot of my mates I met in here last year.
What is Lofty going towards? What is he moving towards?
The life sentence.
If he's not already.
Institutional.
Right, very much so, yeah. I mean, do you ever think of that, Lofty?
Sometimes, when I'm in here. But I don't think about it on the out. I just take days as they come.
But you don't mind coming in. Prison isn't a deterrent for you.
No.
I think if you keep your mind positive whilst you're inside, think of the things you're going to do and the way you're going to change yourself and look at what you've done wrong, come to terms with it, you'll stop yourself getting institutionalised.
Well, you know, I mean, you might lose your children, you might lose your wives or your girlfriends, you might lose your families, you know, maybe your mums and dads might or might not disown you. You might lose your job, especially if you're doing something like 3 years plus, then it's very likely you will lose your job.
What would you feel like if you had a son who was in here?
If I had a son who was in here? Well, I mean, I would be very sad if my son ended up in prison. But then I'm sure that, you know, every parent will say that. I'm sure your parents would have said that if they'd been asked.
He's used to it now.
Barclay! Got anything in your pockets?
No.
Everything in your pockets, put on your card there. Look. Okay, take all this round there, see the officer around there.
Why not? Arms up and turn around. Squat down and turn around. Just squat down, turn around towards me. Show me the bottoms of your feet. Fine. Now just open your mouth for me. Good. Dressing gown up.
Where are you going to on discharge this morning?
Scotland.
Whereabouts in Scotland?
Sensitive side road, like Borstal.
Right. What was the address that you came in on? Where were you living before you came in?
My girlfriend and not there.
Where was that?
5 mile lane, that's what they
We'll make sure we get the right one, haven't we?
Your phone number?
JG2347.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Whilst you're out on your placement, obviously you'll be on a parole licence, and you'll be bound by the rules of that. We ask you you know, to respect and abide by any rules that are already laid down at the place where you're going to be going to. If you do break them, there's a strong chance you'll be returned to Glen Parva.
Come in the room, like the woman brought me in, she says, oh, this is your abode sort of thing, like, that's so wonderful. And I come in, and there was a key on the table, and I looked at it and I thought, I wonder if that's the key to the door, if I can actually lock my door, you know. Well, I picks the key up and it starts out, you know. I thought, yeah, great, like, I can lock my door, so it's with me all the time now, he is. Key to my own room.
Morning, how are you? Good. Yes, anything you want to say? No? Okay, thanks very much. Morning, how are you? Good, nice and clean. Morning, how are you? Good. When are you due to go up?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
All right. Jen, we'll let this one go up today. Who can go up today? Right, let's see what we've got. Beef olive. It's got plenty of taste.
Yeah.
It's lamb, but I'm not a lamb lover. Sweet corn and mushroom. Date pudding.
Your favourite, sir?
My favourite, yeah. Okay. Very
A
good.
veritable banquet for the boys, sir.
There's plenty of flavour in it anyway.
Is that everybody, Johnny? Is that everybody?
Last night he said that hour and
I've been shut up in prison, like, with loads of lads. I'm so used to having people around me all the time, like here. I mean, like 7 o'clock and the place dies, you know. As if everyone leaves the place, you're not the only one there. You can't hear nothing. Drop a pin and you'll scare yourself. It's that bad. Yeah, I got used to the quiet, you know, like in prison, like, you know, you get your head down to go sleep when you think it's quiet, you know, but you still hear people shouting and what have you, like people walking about, you know, in the corridors, and that's quiet. And when I got here, I couldn't sleep the first night, it was that quiet. It was so bloody quiet, unbelievable. I reckon if I come out here, I could start again. A little bit if I go back. I go, well, I say if I go back, I've got more chance of starting new here than I have if I go back down into the city sort of thing. But I mean, like, I can't afford to live out here. Christ, old daddy's got to be a bank manager before you even think about living out here, ain't you? So.
Morning, Mr. Fortune.
Good morning, sir.
Let's have a look at your weekly diary, see how we're getting on. How'd the weekend go?
Fine, no problems at all, sir.
And then this afternoon you've got our disabled group coming in, is that right?
Yes, sir, 1:30.
Go! Well done, good lad. Well in. Good stuff. Come on, Harry. Come on, Harry. Let's go.
Yes, see that.
All right, gentlemen, let's have a look.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to see you here. Good morning to all of you. We've got a team that's new to this institution, the ArcLight team. They've come all the way up from London to be here this morning. And our welcome to them is how attentive we are to what they ask us to do, whether it's to listen, to stand quietly, or to pray, or to sing. That's our welcome to them.
Can I just introduce to you the ArcLight team? Some of them you will have met before. Starting off with my left, Glenford. Steve. And lastly, Ronnie. Right, I'm going to ask Glenn to come and settle down, please. Right, I'm going to ask Glenn to come and join with you in prayer for your loved ones and for your families outside. We're going to spend a moment of quiet before God, just being quiet before God, not being conscious of the person to the right or to the left, but just having a moment of quiet with God, thinking about our families and our loved ones.
Lord, I just want to pray for the guys that are in here, Lord. Lord, you know it can be difficult for them sometimes, Lord. Lord, all when things look cool on the outside, Lord, you know that they don't feel right on the inside. But Lord, I know you can change that, Lord, with the living water that you've got, Lord. I just want to pray, Lord, for their families and their friends, Lord, and the girlfriends and the wives and the little babies that they've got out there, Lord. Lord, I just want to pray that the communication and the bonding that was shared before they came in, Lord, still remains. Amen.
I just want to share with you guys, so just value your respect, so you just keep quiet and just listen up to what God's got to say, yeah? We're in the business of talking about Jesus, and one of the things, if you read the Bible, if you read the Gospels, you'll find about Jesus' ministry is that it was simple. And he'll take you back to this very time when every one of you heard that you had to choose. He'll take you back and say, Lord, but this happened and that, I went out and, And he'll say, what about that time when you was in Glen Parva? And Steve said, you had to choose. What happened then? What did you do then? Yeah, but Lord, man. You can laugh, there's no buts. There's no buts. So I really want you to just think on them mere facts. Why Jesus Christ carried this cross to Calvary. I don't need to go into the whole pain and what he went through, because I'm sure some of you have heard that message. But he carried it because we did something wrong. He carried it because he loved us.
Okay. Oh, sinner man, where you gonna run to? Oh, sinner man, where you gonna run to? Oh, sinner man, where you gonna run to? Oh, on that day. Oh, sinner man, you should be praying. Oh, sinner man, get down on your knees and pray. Oh, sinner man, get down on your knees and pray. Oh, before that day. Tell me, oh, sinner man, where you gonna run to? Oh, sinner man, tell me where you gonna run to? Oh, sinner man, where you gonna run to? Oh,
He's causing us some concern at this stage. Seems to have got himself into debt with one or two. Tends to stand up to the other inmates when there's staff around, but as soon as a member of staff is not near him, then he backs away and isn't quite the strong man he is.
Yes, sir. You know what you said you'd give me today, yeah? Yeah. Are you going to sort me out with it on association? If I get some. No, he's very nice one, Smithy.
And we're not quite so sure that he's going to make it when the time comes to go out.
It's been tougher, a little bit, because I'm nearly got a year, just over a year to go to my EDR. But only 2 more months to go to my parole, you see. So sort of varies like, because some people, I'd like to get my parole, but people wouldn't like to see me get my parole, if you know what I mean. It's sort of like, you're a nonce, you shouldn't be on the out, so we're going to make you lose your parole. But I don't want to fight back, never. Sometimes I wish I could cry, but I can't. So,
You can't cry?
no, never. I've tried my best, but I can't. Sometimes I just look in the mirror and try and cry, but I can't. So.
But when you first came, you did it.
I could easily cry. But not now.
So would you say you've got harder then since you first arrived?
Yeah. But not in fighting wise, no. I never fight. But as long as I've got the Bible at the side of me and everything reading, it's alright. That sort of keeps me comfort.
All pleasant, let's have you out.
Taylor, you want that? Stick them on his leg.
What's that? Rubbish.
You know what's going to get lad?
What do, sir?
Take that with you to reception. This left on you.
I think so.
Yeah.
We want the young men to face up to what they've done and so on. But the great difficulty is, of course, is the pressure that comes from the other inmates on people who've committed offences of this nature.
Okay, stays on yours. What up, sir?
Thank you.
I think what we can do is let him live with that, if you like, publicly, whilst privately, if you like, we can assist him with his difficulties and with the particular areas of problem that he's had. I think it's much better that if we can keep him in the general run of the community, it's much happier for him. He can take part in the life of the establishment. It means that he's not necessarily limited in what he does. And I think combining the two, allowing him to have as near a normal life within the constraints of any establishment, at the same time, if you like, behind the scenes, if I could put it that way, we can do a lot of positive work with him.
Nobody's mentioned his offence. He's got through his sentence quite well. He's not been an ounce of trouble. I don't think he's even had a report from it in bed. He's helpful on the unit, and he's only got a few days to do. But any help should come from the psychologist. That department, there's nothing really that we can do unless he approaches us and, you know, just talk. Because we're not qualified to, you know, go deep into sex problems and that.
Full name and number to the governor. Vincent John Pleasant.
Your number?
LR1004.
Right.
Just remembered it.
Right, good morning, Pleasant.
Morning.
Being discharged to King's Lynn today. Have you had this licence read to you and explained to you?
Yeah.
You understand it?
Just about.
Right, who are you going to report to?
The basing officer. Monday morning.
Right, don't forget, will you? That's a copy of your licence. On the back of your travel instructions, I understand you don't need your rail warrant, you're going to get
I should be
the bus, are you?
Yeah, my brother
Right,
should
so
be
you don't want that rail warrant? Okay.
Fresh air. I shall go up the bus station at Leicester, and my brother or someone should come pick me up. Or who?
I think we can do better. I think there's more things we can do. I'd like to see more involvement of staff with working with inmates in drug-related and other problem areas, and we've certainly got initial plans to do that, but I'd like... I mean, it's very easy to say I want more staff, and people say, yes, we've heard that before. What I'm saying is I don't want more staff just for the sake of it. I want additional staff that will allow me to do the additional work which I feel is essential with young offenders.
Procedure here is, when you call into the adjudication room, stand in front of the lead chair between the table and the chair, full name and number to the governor, call him sir and wait till he tells you to sit.
I can't say this is a unique situation. Throughout my service in the prison service, I've seen people on the very last day doing something extremely stupid. I wouldn't like to think in Wilson's case it was because he didn't want to go out or anything. All I can think is that there was some hidden factor which we were not aware of or which occurred during his placement. And again, I can only hazard a guess that something occurred that made him behave this way, and we hope we will find out on his return.
Wilson, KP 3735.
Right, thank you very much. Did you receive a form this morning that tells you the charge you face? Another form that tells you what goes on, and did you understand both of them?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Do you understand the procedure that will take place in a moment?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You've been charged under Young Offender Rule 50, paragraph 8b, that you failed to comply with any condition by which you were so released, in that at 15:30 hours on the 20th of May 1990, you did abscond from your work placement at Warren Farm, Rectory Road, Streatley, in Berkshire. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
I note you've not made... Yes, you have made a written reply. Have you had time to decide what you wish to tell me about this charge?
Well, sir, that's why I wrote it down.
Okay. Do you wish to call any witnesses?
No, sir.
Do you plead guilty or not guilty?
Yes, sir.
Right, sit down, gentlemen. You sit down, please. Now, you've handed in a written statement. Do you wish me to read that statement out and take it into evidence?
Yes, sir.
The reason I left Warren Farm was because when I realised I only had 2 days left before my return to Glen Parva, something in my mind said you cannot go back. I don't know what it was, and I realised an idiot I was being, as I only had 2 days left at Glen Parva. So my reaction was to go off after being out for 5 days. I decided to hand myself in as I knew that one day I would get caught, so it was better I hand myself in now rather than get caught later on. I'm sorry for what I did, and I know I let a lot of people down. For this, I am sorry.
I couldn't walk back down the road, knock on the door and say, all right, I'm back, bang me up. I couldn't do that. And I just couldn't. Like, I've been out there, yeah, and like, I mean, you've seen the setting yourself, it was nice, you know. And go from that, walk away from that, get on the train and walk back into this, I couldn't do it. Too much for me, I couldn't walk back in the gates.
Now, in the evidence, we also heard of items that are alleged to have been missing at the time you went away from this placement. What I must say to you is that that is not any part of or subject of this charge, and therefore that part of the evidence I do not consider. Do you understand that?
Okay, sir. Well, I mean, once a criminal, always a criminal, isn't it? But, I mean, like, It bothers me, yeah, you know, the fact that, like, I've been here, like, what, 14 months and I'm going along, like, you know, finished with crime, but as soon as I was out there, like, when I got an idea into me, I didn't know where I could do it, it was by money. I mean, like, I wasn't exactly rolling in it, so straight away my mind went buff, theft. At the time, I didn't even think about it, yeah.
Now, you've presented evidence, but to me it doesn't really explain why you left the placement and went off. I mean, you just said it went into your mind that you didn't want to come back.
No, it's not a case where I didn't want to come back, sir. I just couldn't come back.
Why not?
I don't know, sir. Even though I had a couple of days left, like.
Well, what actually prevented you? I mean, wasn't anybody physically preventing you coming back?
No, it wasn't that. It's just like I couldn't walk back up to the gate and just knock on the door and say, well, like, I've done me 4 weeks, like, can you bang me up now? Even though it was only for a couple of days, I couldn't do that.
So what you're saying is you could not accept coming back to Glen Parva for 2 days, is that right?
Sir.
Being banged up?
Well, no, it's not a case of being banged up, it's a case of actually walking back in. And then
It was just the thought of walking back in. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
But knowing you'd only got 2 days, I mean, what about this place made it impossible for you to come back to, having already done a fair amount of time here, to come back for 2 days?
I mean, the setting there, so was, you know, something out of this world, like, I've never been to a place like that before in my life. And then, like, they expect, you know, like, well, I mean, other people would do it, but, like, you know, expect to come back and knock on the gate, I couldn't do it.
I see.
Then I think it more me pride in hotels. You know, like, to walk back down the road, like, you know, I mean, like, the only way to get you to prison is they bring you here. To walk up to the gates is dropping into their hands some sort of way, innit? It's just like saying, well, you know, like, I've been out for a bit, fair enough, like, bang me up now, you know, I can't do that. I couldn't do it.
Well, at the moment, the parole board recommendation for your release obviously still stands. And the general requirement is that they set a date, which in your case was the 25th of May, which was nearly a week ago now. And the requirement is generally that within 14 days of that I should release you. However, in view of the serious nature of this case, I am going to award you a forfeiture of admission of 28 days. There'll be a stoppage of earnings of £3. There'll be no canteen or private cash facilities for 10 days. There'll be no association, dining, recreation, entertainment or any other unit activities, including classes, unless they're compulsory classes, for 14 days. And I shall be writing to the parole board today to recommend that all these 28 days be taken into account, and that if they decide that you could still go out on release, that you go out 28 days later than originally planned. Take him out. It's a disappointment. I think I was a bit concerned, though, that he somehow didn't... I'm not saying I expect him to go on his hands and knees and beg forgiveness, but I think I was a bit concerned that he seemed almost to expect that he wouldn't come back. That did concern me. It was almost as though, why should we make him come back and, if you like, complete his contract with me?
Yes.
And that's the thing that seemed to have gone wrong. OK, we'll get on with the next one now, then, please.
Any time we send any lad out of the establishment, we are taking a chance. We're taking a risk. I mean, they've been sentenced to a term, and it was decided that they would be served in a closed establishment. So any time that we send any lad out, it's a risk and it's a gamble. As far as Wilson was concerned, that seemed the right thing to do at the time, but I suppose one of the reasons that most of them are in here is because of unpredictability, and that you can never be absolutely certain. I think if from far as Wilson is concerned, the person he's let down most is himself. He's been given a chance and probably had more faith and trust put in him by this decision that we made than probably that he's ever had before. He's let himself down, and probably just as importantly, he's let the placement down. Most of the lads that come in here have had stormy past. Very few have been shown any form of trust. Any form of community work that we do is is a very testing period, especially under the restraints that they're out under the parole conditions. We are testing them, but we're testing them under real situation. And if you test people in this situation, then we come up with the real person.
I says, it's 509 Smith in that, yeah. Could you get him for us, please? I went, 509 Smith, so I had to come along. Mr. Baldwin was in the office. He says, could I have your grandmother's phone number, please? She says, beg man, can I have your grandma's phone number, please? He says, I think it's so-and-so, so-and-so, and he goes, well, you've got to make up your mind. And I says, well, I've looked for it everywhere and I can't find it, but I'm pretty certain it's that number. He says, oh, yeah, by the way, you've got your parole, you're going on the 2nd of October. Like, yay! Ran out of the office, went into the TV room, yabba-dabba-doo, got my parole! Then I ran out of there, went on to all the landings and everything. I got my parole. Oh, you're lying. No, I'm not. He says, honestly? And he says, yeah. He says, when are you going right? 2nd of October, man. Oh, no! And I said, 3 days later, went to other people and everything. And there's this squad lad, he says, I'm really happy for you, because he's done the same sentence as me. He says, I'm really happy for you, man.
Come on, young Smith. Time's come, son, to go, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Rather earlier than you expected, but anyway, the implications of you going out is that you're on licence for 12 months altogether. First of all, you're on a licence for your parole, which lasts until the 4th of June next year. Now, you're still serving your sentence during that time, and you can be brought back to prison at any time during that time if you don't conform. However, after that, you're on a supervision order, which lasts until this time next year. So it's 12 months altogether. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
And your mum's going to fetch you tomorrow, is she?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure about that?
Yes, sir.
When did you last find that out?
Got told by the letter.
OK. Well, I've been told that your mum's fetching you, and you're not to be released until she does, and I think that's probably the best bet, don't you? So you should be leaving here about 8:30 tomorrow. OK?
Yes, sir.
Right. Sign each of those copies for me. You're not finished yet, because we've got to have evidence that you've... I don't suppose we'll see you back, Smith, will we?
No, sir.
Well, it's been a struggle for us and you at times, but you managed to get there. Just remember some of the lessons you've learnt here, not the worst ones either.
Yes.
OK, son.
Okay, thank you very much. For
All right, cheerio.
Elton Shy! Elephant tie!
Sheldon, going home in the morning, man. Home in the morning now. It's going slow, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. Say hello to your mum. Shout hello, mum.
Hello, Mum.
Speak to you later. Haters like.
Oh, this lad who threatened me and everything, and I just hit him back. I don't know why, but it just bottled up that much. Just had enough of it, so I hit him back and everything. And people sort of had a little respect for me for that. Because I thought, oh, if he can fight back now, he's got nothing to lose and everything. But I've got... Because say that I have a fight tonight, I could lose my parole straight off. But I do not want that.
Let go. Good lad. Down you go. You've done it now. That's it. Release the grip on the right hand. Release the grip. Steady, not too quick. Keep your feet above your hips. Get your shoulders back. Look up at the sky.
No, you're too far away, Jackson. Come down a bit. Aye. Bend your knees. Put your right hand out.
Yeah. Round instead
Jump.
of over. You're the right. Contouring. You're the right. Oh, the business. Yes. Whoa.
Hey!
Fuck that.
Civvies will be up in one day, lads. We'll be walking through here in a Civvies. Right, all up. Take your kit, what you've got with you, straight in, straight out.
Do you enjoy it, Jacko?
Aye, forget it, you're back.
See ya. See ya.
Well, since coming back from his outward bound course, he'd just gone downhill. A lot of it is his own fault. He's easily led. He knows he's easily led. And he just jumps on the bandwagon with the other lads. He does. He's had a lot of minor reports. He's lost 3 lots of remission, one of them for fighting. It's more nuisance to staff than actual trouble to staff. It just seems to be the thing that when people get to their EDR, near their EDR, a lot of them do tend to go downhill.
I can't see, like, in here, there's no, like, really, apart from being banged away in your door, there's no deterrent to stop people, to stop me coming in. Because, I mean, I had a decent job. You go out and out on band courses, things like that. I mean, it's like a holiday camp. Yeah, I mean, it's the only thing that I don't like about it is being banged away. It's the only thing that, behind lock and key, I don't like it.
Jackson, 152, sir. Good morning, Jackson. You're due to be discharged this morning, having completed your sentence. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Where is it you're going to on discharge?
Peterborough, sir.
Right. And who is it you've got to report to?
Dave Strobridge, sir.
And that's your probation officer,
Yes,
is
sir.
that right? Keep that with you at all times. It's your notice of supervision, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Right. Further to that now, I want you to sign this document here to say that you understand that for a period of 5 years from today, that you're not allowed to possess or have anything to do with firearms or ammunition of any description, including air guns. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Right.
What happens if I've already got one, sir? 'Cause I've already got
Then
one,
I would
sir.
suggest you get rid of it rather quickly.
Yes, sir.
Okay? Because having served a prison sentence, you are now not allowed to have or possess a firearm, ammunition or air gun.
Yes, sir.
And if you're caught with it, you could be in serious trouble.
Yes, sir.
There we are.
Where's the bill card? No fucking filth. It's amazing.
Please, thanks! Oh, lucky boys down there, mate!
Yo!
We've still got 3 with us. One now has progressed to being an orderly and doing quite well and making reasonable progress and waiting a parole reply.
23
I
hours.
liked it.
Can you get any more out of it? No, not really. Yeah. Can you get any more?
But you know, it's a hard life, don't you?
Why don't you chew the roach, man?
I will in a minute.
Half the people in these kind of places just get on my nerves. The attitudes in here are so tense and everything. I won't want to come back in here. You know. I won't. There's no chance I'm going to come back in here. I know that. I know that for a fact. No way at all I'm going to come back in.
Well, the same day you was here, we done that last bit of filming, like. I got an answer back from parole. Forget it. But I got a review in January. So, other than that, I ain't done nothing. Except for, I put the petition in to go to Exeter. I turned down on that as well. Stuck here.
Go.
Glen.
Can we stop?
Is it good? Yeah.
Just to give this to Broadbridge.
Let's pop them. I see him today, yeah, and like, he says, I got my first parole, you know. And, like, you buzz off your first parole. Like, he's not been in that long, has he? I don't think he'll think twice about doing something else.
I say, if you get your parole, it's a bonus. Because you know that you're getting out on a certain date and everything. And you're going to enjoy yourself. But if you mess it up, God help you when you're coming back out on your EDR. Get out on your EDR and everything, you think, oh, was it worth coming in and everything? But it is for me, because once I get out, I'm going to make the most of it and not coming back in.
Don't seem like yesterday when we was all sat on induction line and he says, oh, I ain't going for a long time, right? No, it's tomorrow. He'll be back in, I think.
Come on now. No, good. Oh. Legs left up. Go on. New lads coming in and everything, and the old lads going and everything. And they're asking you, what is it like and everything? What's the unit like? What are the screws like? And you tell them what they're like and everything, because it seems as if they think you've been here a really long time and everything. And there's, there's sort of a little bit more respect for you because you've been here a bit longer and everything, to help them out and everything. So.
There you go, young man.
Okay. All the best, Miss Oliver.
Have a nice day again.
Don't come back. Well, you are, you're going to Scotland, didn't you?
Hang on! Smith, where you going?
I thought I was going home.
Come on!
Some people, they have fights and everything, get sent down the block and everything, lose dates and everything. That way it's a bad experience. But it was a good experience, if you don't get nipped, you've had a good day.
Hello then.
Thanks, man. What's reception, sir? Thank you.
Well, you don't hardly see any women. No proper cigarettes to smoke and everything, no drink and everything. You're missing out on the good points of life that you could have on the out. Like I said at the beginning, I'd never get used to it. But eventually it seems to grow inside me and everything. That I have got used to it, but I'll never come back in.
If you're happy with the radio, because it was there, it's got there. You've got that. If you're happy with everything, sign there. Set one down, that's it. Set there. One next to my signature there. So,
what do you feel about the guy you beat up now? I mean, after all this time.
I don't know, it's hard to say, isn't it? I don't know. It happened, that's all there is to it, I mean, he's obviously over it now. I mean, like, it's been 18 months since we've done it. I'm still paying for it, so he's won in the end, isn't he?
But I mean, he may have been injured quite badly.
We all get injured one day, don't we?
I mean,
I don't know, I mean, like, I don't feel sorry for him, because I don't feel sorry for anyone who's punting out after rent boys and flashing it off. I'm not into all that. So, like, I don't feel sorry for him, because in a sense it was his own fault. I mean, like, in his own statement, I was under the influence of alcohol, like, That says it all, doesn't it? That's like asking for it.
509 Smith.
Your full name and number to the governor. Thank you, sir.
JG2509.
Thank you.
Lee Collins Smith, sir.
Right. What's your date of birth, sir?
1st to 5th of 71.
Correct. Now, you've been released on parole, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
I had some yeast away from the kitchen, like, and many Sutherland, like, we made it in big barrels, big 5-gallon barrels, like, put some water in, like, hot water with this yeast, put some apples in, and like, it's still bubbling away now, like, so. Had a bit of a taste today, and it's A-OK, like, so. Looking at it, and I was pissed up with that. As long as I didn't catch on to it, I mean, like, they caught onto one today, like, because, like, we made 2 barrels, and we looked, like, the first one we made, we forgot about that one, we couldn't find the bleeding thing. But all that was in there was apples. So I thought, well, we're all right with that one. So we made another one. We put that underneath all the rest of them, because, like, it's about 40 of these barrels, see. So what we done was we put it in the back with a load on top. Well, the screw went in like, and he found a bucket of sugar. Bucket like this full of sugar like. So like, clicked onto what we was doing. So he's looking for all these barrels like, he opened one and there was apples in it, see. So the screw thought he'd got a jackpot, see, so he thought, yeah, I've got them now, like, and emptied the bleeding thing out. But we still got the one. Still got the, you know, the one with the yeast in, so.
Do all the other inmates all know?
Well, there's about 7 of us who know down the kitchen. I mean, like, 5 gallons ain't gonna go too far, is it, like? Once we get started.
Straight up to the ground. Go for it, Smithy!
Later, yeah?
Yeah, later!
Any worried saying all this stuff to us?
Nah, because like, I mean, like, what's the point? I mean, like, what's the point of sitting here and you saying to me all that, because I ain't saying nothing, like, you know, forget it. Waste of time, innit? I ain't bothered about the screws, just normal blokes, aren't they? What can they do? When they come to me, so, like, you said this, you said that, see, yeah? A lot of bullshit, like, you know what I mean? Nick me for it if you want, but you're gonna get no evidence off it. I don't know, like, I've seen prison programmes before, you know, like, and they glorify it, I think. You know, like, I mean, like, prison's so blockades, and the people who watch that, you know, they must think, oh, Christ, I wouldn't mind going in prison, like, people like B. Smith there, you know. That's not prison, is it? People might change their views when they see what it's really like.
Keep going. Don't worry, I'm on now, Mum. I'm on now.
Coming on back, you love.
Yeah. You've shrunk. You've shrunk. I know. You've grown. Huh? You've grown. Hold on, Mum. You know the chaplain, don't you? There's the man there.
Yeah.
Hello, miss.
Hello, love. Good to see you. Oh, bless you.
Big John. You doing now?
Bless you.
You're going home now?
You're going home now?
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
all right.
Yes,
Yeah.
all right. And bye-bye, love. He'll be all right. I'm sure he will.
We'll catch yourself open at any time.
Yeah, bless you.
As long as you want.
Yeah,
You've grown.
bless you.
Right.
So you?
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, love. Take
How
care.
you doing, Dad? All right, son. Got any stuff? Yeah.
It's happened. It's happened at last. I know. It's happened at
No,
last.
it's Danny and that, and it's gone smooth. See me.
What do you say?
But then,
I will.
we've got an interview to do.
Yes,
Oh.
I will. Yeah.
Day's happening.
We all will.
Watch
You're
your
not
child.
too bad. Yeah, I know. It's your one, isn't it?
You'll get it done as
At least the moment, anyway. Did you get my letters?
Yeah.
Saying I can't wait nothing.
Are you coming home, love? Hey?
Oh, man.
Hey?
Yep.
What can I be?
On the train.
What train?
Someone that's been in here plenty of times, they sort of like treat it like home, but no way. It's no way home. It's completely different, I tell you. Just wish you were out there breathing fresh air and everything. But apart from that, to see the outside world, it's going to be scary.
I'm getting pissed off with the place. That's the same scenery, isn't it? Like, just get. I don't know. It just feels like I'm never going to get out now. I'm so used to the place. I don't even think about getting out now.
Inside an institution, if you just have them in and lock them away, then we produce cabbages, and we produce people that are going to drift into crime, and do very little else with their lives. And you've got to do something positive with these lads. I mean, that we are talking about kids. I mean, they're under 21. We're not talking about hardened criminals, and I don't accept that we have very many hardened criminals under the age of 21. And it's no good us or the community, the country in general, saying that we're going to give up on people at under 21 years of age. Well, God help us if we are.